Coming to you from the award-winning Final Third Cigar and Whiskey Lounge, PCA's 2024 Best of Leaf Midwest Cigar Bar, Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge, it's the Final Third Podcast.
Welcome back to a very special episode of the Final Third Podcast. I'm Rob.
I'm Scott.
Mike.
I'm Heine.
And today we've got a special guest in here. We got Tyler Jones from Espinosa.
Welcome, Tyler.
Thank you
Thanks
guys
for
for
coming
having
in
me.
and hanging out with us.
Absolutely.
We're going to start off today with smoking the Chef Special. This year's release is a bomb. It's amazing. Tell
Best
us
knuckle sandwich of all time.
Blend on that one. Do you know what the exact blend is on? I know
say
the
bomb.
exact, but you know.
Yeah. I can give you the
not
Reader
Air
Digest
Force.
version. So it's Nicaraguan binder and fillers, and then we covered this beautiful blend with a Brazilian Matafina wrapper coming out of A.J. Fernandez's factory, the San Latano factory in Ocatal. And it's actually the same wrapper we use for Laranja Oscuro.
Yeah.
And this is just kind of like, I tell people all the time, this cigar is like a beefed up version of that blend. It's
It's
just got the balls to it, and it's just perfect.
Great, yeah. Yeah, and actually we've talked about this. We feel like this might be the best Chef Special that's come out yet. And we said that last year.
Yeah.
And I smoked them back to back, and this is night and day, even better than last year's.
Last year's broadleaf was really good.
It's like when a new movie comes out and they're like, this is the best movie that's ever been made until tomorrow.
Right, yeah.
It's
For
like
sure.
that.
Yeah.
Like this
Yeah.
is the best chef special until the next one.
Until
Well,
the next one drops.
I was going to give you notes on the cold draw. So the notes are
Nothing.
air. I've got nothing.
Don't let them lie to you.
So just so everybody knows, disclaimer, I've had COVID all week, so I'm fine now. Just a little residual cough. I'll make sure to cough on all of you.
You put your special guest next to the guy who got COVID.
Exactly.
Thank you.
So yeah, my tasting
welcome.
abilities, my smelling abilities, they're mostly non-existent. So
Really? You just can't taste anything or anything like
it's
that?
brutal, man.
But
I'm
the key
basically
you
here
said
to-
there was it was an open draw. And this has got to be
still
one of the best draws of
It
any
absolutely is.
cigar you guys have ever made.
I will be talking about mouthfeel all day. All day. It's mouthfeel.
smooth.
Mouthfeel.
It's smooth.
That'll-
Smooth.
All right, so let's go ahead and get in some whiskey too. So thanks to Dave Lakes, he stopped by and said he had this the new Penelope cigar batch. I've been trying to get it and haven't been able to get it yet. So he left a bottle here for us to try on the show.
What a nice person.
He's awesome, man. I was hoping he'd show up today because he went to Keith Urban instead of our event last night, and I don't think he was happy about it. But this is the chapter one, the first release of this. It's 101 proof Penelope. I'm assuming it's just like a straight barrel that they finished in a couple different. It doesn't say anywhere on here that I can tell, but I'm pretty sure this was probably going the route of the, cognac and sherry and all those things and port to get that note. So.
Dropping the top, attaboy
Dropping
Rob.
everything, man. Yep.
Well, we're trying new technical things today, so if you're listening,
There you go, buddy.
we were live for a very brief moment and then
For what you
unlived,
want.
and now we're live again. So welcome back. Welcome now.
Is this on YouTube that we were lived and then unlived and live?
Both.
On both.
Yeah. Internet froze, so
Well, okay. So that was weird, but welcome.
All right, so we're back.
we're here.
We're here.
We're still here. We're,
We're
not
still
going
here.
anywhere.
We're
So, yeah.
smoking the chef special.
We're
Yes.
trying to
From
get,
Espinosa.
maybe somebody can give us some insight. So we're trying to do. Are you still doing the live on
Podbean, yes.
On Podbean.
Yes, we are still live on Podbean.
So this is our first day to try being live on both YouTube and Podbean at the same time.
Yes.
That's how special you are, Tyler.
And apparently
Perfect.
the internet
That's-
didn't like it.
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Love
the
it.
internet said no.
And also, next week is the 4th of July.
That's great.
That it is.
Independence Day, baby.
And I got my 4th of July shirt that Tyler brought in for me.
Look at
So
this.
if you can see this
Oh,
on
yeah.
here,
That's
this thing
beautiful.
is beautiful. It's the Warhead Independence Day shirt, and
shirt I'm
I will
wearing
be
right
wearing
now.
that all day, huh?
The shirt I'm wearing right now.
Oh yeah, that's even better. We'll just let them look at yours. So
I
yeah,
love it.
so that's a great shirt. Thank you for that.
Absolutely.
That will be my 4th of July
For the
shirt.
July.
4th of July.
Can you say 4th of July?
I
A little
can't.
Scottish,
Apparently I can't
Irish
speak.
accent on that.
Something like that.
So what is this we're drinking? Tell us about this one more time, Rob.
I wish I knew more. It's the Penelope Cigar Batch Chapter 1. So this is the one that Sin Coburn's been really blasting out on social media. So if you follow her, you've probably seen her talking about this. She was involved with the process of blending this. I'm assuming she was a taster and all that too. She has a great palate. We actually found out that on the show. And then I think Lee Marsh was a part of a little bit of that too. I'm not sure how much he was involved with it, but I
Lee
know
from
those two
Stolen
were.
Throne.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Lee. Lee's an awesome human being.
I bet it tastes amazing.
You know what? That's really interesting. That first sip I just had of that, it really kind of. Are we allowed to talk about this right now?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Dive into it.
It almost has. I don't know if it's just me because I kind of haven't been drinking this week, but it kind of has like a Scotch taste almost to it.
I was going to say that about the nose. It has
Ethanol. It's got ethanol.
It has
Scott doesn't get to
alcohol
talk
in
here.
it.
It's about 87 octane.
This is sponsored by COVID.
Jesus.
See, I knew I'd
Where's
just
the
be.
Travis
I'd just
Kelce
bring
commercial
the
with the
fun
shots
today.
and all that?
Yeah.
The vaccine commercial.
Right? Like, I'm just here to get drunk and spew shit. I don't know.
You're right though. It does have
Mr.
it's light on the palate. It does remind you of more like a Scotch.
Yeah, it's almost like a single malt kind of deal.
I like it because well, we've talked about this a lot on the show. A lot of people do cigar batches and they do amber on, and it's just it may smell and taste a little bit like with the tobacco and the cinnamons and all that stuff, but it doesn't go with a cigar. It can ruin a cigar.
So is that like the one thing that a lot of cigar batches and stuff like that use
lot of them do, yeah.
to get that profile? I guess?
Starlight did a lot of it, and then there's a lot
We
of other ones
historically
too.
have not been fans.
No,
Like Joseph Magnus was the first one that popped in my head when
Yes.
it came to like
Yeah.
cigar batch or whatever.
this one's
right?
leaning towards the Magnus kind of blends. This is lighter than the Magnus.
Yeah, the Magnus is a lot heavier, right?
But I still like the fact that this actually goes with a cigar, which is the whole goal,
But like
right?
the Larrikin had that cigar batch, and it was not Amberana. It was finished in the wine barrels.
Right,
And
right.
had, I can't remember the name of them. I couldn't pronounce them anyways, but
was it like Frenchy?
it's one of those French words.
Yeah.
Musique or something.
Muscaline?
Something.
Oh no, that's
I don't know
not it.
words.
It's something else.
But RD1 had that Amberana batch that they did,
Okay.
and they do it off of a barrel chain.
That's the bottle looks like Knob Creek, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that one's actually good because they only put it in there for like
It was less than 6 days.
yeah
Yeah.
a
Oh,
very
really?
very
That's it?
short period. It doesn't need much. Like
It doesn't.
These
No
places
shit.
that leave it in there for like 6 to 8 months, it's killing. It's
Yeah.
killing your whiskey. It's
Well,
just
like
not good.
Yeah.
our buddy Alan down there when he was
Not
at
you.
French Lick, we actually not that Alan. Alan,
Our friend Alan.
Yeah. So, our friend Alan, yes.
The Allen we actually like.
Yes. Alan Bishop, he's now with Old Homestead, but when he was with French Lick, we were down there, and he actually had a barrel that was aging with just some Amberana staves. And it was like 3 hours when we got there. It was in there. We sipped on like, that's it. That's done.
That's enough.
And I think he took it out in maybe 12 hours max on it. It does not take much.
That's crazy. What is Amberon?
It is a Brazilian. It's actually a. It's a protected tree. They shouldn't
say,
be
don't
doing
say
this
bush.
with them. No. But it's a
Yes,
So
Brazilian-
if
Brazilian,
the feds
Brazilian
figured
barrel.
this out, they would be like not happy.
No.
They harvest them all the time. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, they kind of do, and they're running out of trees.
It is
so
South America.
It's one of those things where I think that you're going to see
Well, they
less
need
of them
those
coming
chickpea
around. But
farms really bad, so they just keep bulldozing the Amazon and everything
Yeah.
else.
yeah. So Tyler,
Yes.
so what's going on with you? What do you got coming up? I know you got some events coming up.
Yeah, I mean it's that time of the year where we get into, especially in the Midwest here, we have our busy time of the year, and I just came off a road trip literally last night. I started up in Wisconsin of Tuesday, then made my way back here by Thursday night at like 1 a.m. Try to get some golf in Friday morning, and then I had to drive to Columbus and Cleveland and stuff like that. Do a cigar train event with my guys at Summit Cigar Company up in Akron.
Okay.
And so we did that last week, and then this week I got an event down in Owensboro, Kentucky on Tuesday at a shop called Dano's Cigar Lounge.
Okay.
And with the Lamperts and great people and stuff like that. We scheduled this during the trade show, actually. And so going to go down there and spend some time in Louisville and stuff like that, and then come back home for the holiday weekend and stuff. So
Got to stop by and see our boy at Louisville Cigar Company.
Yeah.
It's a great place.
Yeah,
I think I've already told him he needs to talk to whoever. Well, you cover that now.
Yeah.
So I told him to talk to you because I think your cigars would go great in his humidor too.
yeah, no, we talked about it and stuff, and we had a cool visit and stuff. And
Oh, you already have good.
Yeah, and he had a list of some other companies he told that he wanted to commit to. And I'm like, yeah, that's fair, dude. I mean, I'm new to that area, so I just got that part of my territory at the beginning of this year. So I've been trying to build up Louisville, Lexington, and all those other places down there. But yeah, it's been good. But yeah, we got an event there this week, and then I got Eric Espinosa with me. July 16th, I want to say, whatever that Saturday is, by the 16th or 17th.
Okay.
Down at Executive Cigar Lounge with the Critchfields down there at our Espinosa Lounge down there in Simpsonville, Kentucky.
Nice.
Great
We're
place.
doing.
Shout out those
Love
guys.
that place.
Yeah, they're awesome. I love those guys to death. And we're doing their anniversary event with Eric, and then he flies out. And then later that week, he flies back up to Michigan with me, and we're doing the Great Lakes Cigar Festival with the Wild Bills guys and stuff like that up there. So that should be fun. And
That's the guys that do the podcast too, right? The Great Lakes guys.
No.
not
They're
the same ones?
different
Okay,
people.
okay.
Different people. But yeah, so we got a busy July and stuff like that, and we got multi vendors throughout the summer, and like I said, it's a busy time of the year, so it's go, and
That's why you always cancel on us because
Yeah.
I've canceled once. Okay, I think I remember once.
Always.
always, every time,
Every time.
every one time.
I woke up this morning. I was like, I'm about to text Rob, be like, you gotta have to find another
You
guest.
totally should have. That would have been hilarious.
That would have been great.
That would have been great.
It would have been hilarious. But I mean, yeah, you're on the road all the time. Like we run into you in more states than we see you here.
Yeah, I mean it's crazy. It's fun. Luckily I do what I love and stuff like that. Work for a great company that takes care of me and stuff, and they let me do my thing and they stay out of my way for the most part. So
That's great.
yeah, I'm just trying to stay active and go to as many places as I can. As
Yep.
often. So I already had 4.5 states before this year started, and then they gave me all of Ohio now. And then Kentucky and West Virginia. So that's been, and then Cincinnati area too. I really didn't have Cincinnati. Kind of dabbled like north side, like Mason area by Kings Island and stuff. I had a couple accounts up there, but now I actually do the whole city of Cincinnati too. So
There you go.
yeah,
So I've been kind of curious because Espinosa, obviously, national distribution. You guys are coast to coast. How does the Midwest kind of hold up in terms of just sales compared to the rest of the country? Because I've noticed, like in Indiana, we've seen a pretty significant growth in cigar lounges in the last decade, 15 years. I mean, I remember, I've been smoking cigars for a long time, and it was, other than Blend, until like Rocky opened his place and we saw All Sticks and some of these others that opened up locally.
Right.
It was pretty limited.
So you're talking about as an industry as a whole?
Yeah, just for Espinosa, like how does the Midwest play compared to the rest of the country? Because I mean, I don't know about the industry, but I know you'd know about Espinosa at the very least.
So yeah, I mean, the Midwest has always been like a pretty solid territory for a lot of companies and stuff like that. And luckily for me, since I came on board almost 5 years ago now, I've been salesman of the year last 3 years in a row, so it's
Nice.
been
Congrats.
the most sales in any other territory theoretically. So, but Florida's right up there. That's a big, strong market for us, of
Right.
course, for everybody. It should be probably.
Yeah.
And then the Southeast is popping too, like Alabama, Georgia. Georgia, I mean, people say all the time how many in Cigar Lounge are in Atlanta alone is like insane. But like you got the Carolinas down there, it's strong. Tennessee, you got a good footprint down there. Texas is massive as well.
Nice.
We do a lot of business in the state of Texas.
Yeah, I kind of wonder because like you're starting to see, obviously we know political situations in the coastal areas, right? I mean, the Northeast and all of the West, pretty anti-tobacco just in general. So
They make it a little harder.
Yeah,
They make it a little
I
harder
bet
to be
they
a cigar
do.
smoker.
Yeah, I just wondered how it was kind of playing out.
Honestly, I can't expertly speak on that just because, it's just, I'm in my bubble almost a little
Yeah.
bit. And, I get to hear, stuff about other places and stuff, but I kind of stay in my area and kind of just worry
Focus
about.
on what you can impact.
Yeah, of
and-
course.
yeah,
I can't get worked up that Colorado's doing some stupid, tax increase or whatever. I don't have Colorado. So I
Oh,
gotta
no, we're
worry
doing
about-
that here, too.
Well, yeah,
Oh,
we're doing
yeah.
it
Oh,
starting, Tuesday, right?
Tuesday,
we got
yeah.
We got that lovely,
Woohoo.
tax increase. And
Thanks,
all that.
Obama.
Illinois got another one too. They're going up to 45%. I just learned that this week. I thought Indiana was the only one in my territory getting screwed this week, but apparently Illinois is going up to 45% tax. And I think their sales tax going up a couple percent too. On top of that, so that
That's nuts.
they're still higher than Indiana, so that shouldn't.
Let's say we expect that out of Illinois.
Yeah.
A little bit,
Well,
but Michigan's staying the same, I believe, and so is Ohio. And we're hopefully, everybody doesn't keep going up, but that seems to be the trend for whatever reason. That their taxes are going up and stuff like that. But,
Well, you mean if you raise your taxes, it doesn't bring more money into the state? That's weird.
shockingly,
I don't get that.
I thought you could almost maybe lower the tax a little bit, legalize marijuana or something like that.
Yeah, bring taxes there. Yeah,
and bring in the tax money through that. I don't know. Everybody else does it around our state. Why can't Indiana do it?
Yeah, we're gonna do tolls first.
Yeah.
And then we'll do
We're
marijuana.
gonna do tolls.
then we'll sell those toll booths off to China, and then they'll get all the money. So
Like,
it's
it
all for
it
sure.
makes no sense to me. Look, I hang out at a restaurant here downtown Indianapolis, and I see whenever the lobbyists are in town and doing their sessions and stuff like that at the federal house or whatever, state house. I see them, and I'm sitting at the bar with them, and I just start going in on them when I first found out about the increase and stuff. And they're like, dude, they threw this in last second, blah, 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 blah. We have no idea. My guy at RJ Reynolds is pissed, all this stuff. And I'm like, yeah, dude, what are you, why did that happen?
Yeah.
And I'm like, why couldn't we just do this? And they're like, well, yeah. And I'm like,
well, nobody reads past
Yeah,
page
nobody
10.
reads past that.
Yeah.
So,
Just curious. Low
Well-
Millers? Low Millers? Is that the bar that you hang out at?
no, Tony's Steak and Seafood.
Oh, Tony. Oh, okay.
Yeah, Tony's,
a little
yeah.
higher than. Well, no, you can go to Low Miller's right there across the street from the Capitol building on the south side. It's that little pub during lunch.
I don't know
and
that
you'll
one.
see. Oh yeah, it's just this tiny little hole in the wall. Yeah.
Oh, is that the one what hotel? Is it connected
yeah,
to a hotel?
It's right.
Yeah.
but it's
It's
not
almost
part
by
of
the
the
West
hotel.
End, right?
But yeah, it's close
Yeah.
to the West End.
Yeah.
Yep. It's kind of funny. I used to do a bunch of government meetings, and you go in there and be like, oh yeah, there's the lieutenant governor, and there's that representative or whatever. And,
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I had a couple drinks with the governor actually. He's his brother-in-law is a friend of mine and stuff, and they were in there having some drinks, and I'm like, so what the hell are you thinking? I had to refrain myself a little bit, have some, control myself a little bit in that situation. He's like, dude, he goes, what, you think people are just going to leave the state and go buy cigars somewhere else? And I'm like, yeah, a little
They
bit.
will.
A little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Especially they're close
actually,
enough to the
'cause-
Ohio border or Kentucky or Michigan.
So that's
or
what
you can
everybody in
just
Illinois
get them
does.
through the mail. I mean,
Right, or you get them through the
Yeah.
mail, which
Yeah.
they are starting to go after the taxes and stuff like that
They
for online orders and stuff, which that's going to help brick and mortar here or brick and mortar in general,
Yeah.
all across the country. But
Well, that's what I was going to say too. Is if you're a guy that comes in and buys 5 or 8, 10 cigars, whatever, just go ahead and go up to the box because you're gonna. Most shops, not all, but most shops will do a discount on the box purchase.
course.
So you buy a box of cigars here, 20 count box, you're getting 2 of them for free with a discount. That will actually add up, and you'll be able to cut your costs a little bit.
it covers your tax
And
for sure. With the
if
tax
you're already
increase.
coming in buying 5 or 6 cigars a week, I mean that covers you for a month.
And
It's
not
like-
only
and you're
that,
good
you
to
sign
go.
up for the loyalty program.
And then you save money
You
that
save
way.
money that way,
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
What are you looking at the humidor thing that they do down
Yes.
in Louisville?
Yes, they've been out of stock on those ever since I started looking at them. So
what Louisville Cigar Company does,
Yeah.
how they have
Yeah.
the branded ones, that's cool.
yeah, they've been out of stock. So as soon as they come back in, I'm gonna
Who
start
they do that with?
It's just quality importers.
Okay.
So they just buy the small little humidors, and like I said, we're gonna do this too here. But you basically get a free humidor, and it's gonna have logo on it and everything else. And then every time you bring that humidor in, you can fill it up with 20 sticks and get 10% off. So when you
And it
first
doesn't have to be a box. It can
Mix
be
them
20
no, it
sticks,
could be
like
it
the
could be
batch,
20
yeah.
cigars. It could be a box, whatever you like.
You
and-
mix, match, you grab some Aladinos, Espinosa,
Absolutely,
a little bit
yeah.
of everything.
Yeah. So that's what we're going to be doing here as soon as I can get them in stock. So, yep.
Nice, nice.
And that's good
That's
too
gonna
for
help a
someone
lot.
that's, especially like a newer person that doesn't have a humidor. This can be your first entry into having a humidor at home. Take care of it, and then we all say this: a 20 count humidor, if you're getting into cigars, is not going to last you long. But it gets you an opportunity to come in here and get discounts every time you want to buy cigars. So
But we still get some travelers in here too
we do
that
yeah.
come and go from the state month to month. Like that may be
All
a
the
good thing
time.
for some of those guys that
That's right.
maybe they want some of these special release things that aren't always available. Well, fill up your box with those and then
Well, it's a
come
20
back
count
next
humidor,
month.
but it's also small enough where you can travel with it.
Yeah.
You know, you can if you are a traveling, a businessman or something, you can do that, take it with you, and Next time you're in town, fill it up. Or, you know, if you're in another place, you can get cigars. You still have a humidor for it.
Yeah,
so.
that's going to be great.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to compliment you. You don't cover Iowa, do you?
No, I do not.
Okay. Yeah, there's a great lounge over there in Des Moines. I go do a little bit of business over there.
Okay.
And they're actually an Espinosa lounge.
Oh, so
they get
Iowa Cigar Club or whatever?
I don't think it's Iowa Cigar Club. I think it's actually like Des Moines Cigar Company or something like
That's
that.
our guy, Josh Bowling out there.
Yep,
Shout
yeah.
out to Josh.
Yeah.
He's killing it, man. He does a really good job. He's based out of Kansas City, so he kind of has that, St. Louis, and some Nebraska, I think.
Yep.
And he's
Yep.
trying to get Arkansas from our guy, Luna, down in Texas. It's like the running joke in the company.
Arkansas has some business, man.
They do.
They're
Do they?
at Bentonville and Fayetteville.
Oh, I imagine,
Yeah, because, I mean.
Well, what big ever came out of Bentonville?
Right, exactly.
The last,
remember
time
going-
my credit card got hacked, it was out of Walmart in fucking Bentonville.
Of course.
I was like sitting there. I'm like, you got it. I'm like looking at my credit card charges. I'm like, Walmart. I haven't been to Walmart in like 2 years, and I look at it. I'm like, Bentonville, Arkansas. I'm like,
Yeah.
what's going on? I'm like,
Yeah.
that's the only reason I think I know why Bentonville exists. Probably. Is
Yeah.
because of
Yeah,
that.
I've been there. It'd been like, I don't know, probably 10 years ago. And then I went maybe like a year and a half ago. And it was shocking. I mean, that place just has not stopped growing. Eventually,
Yeah.
Fayetteville and Bentonville will just be like one big city.
Is that where like University of Arkansas is?
It is.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And you got just
Go Razorbacks.
you got like 4 miles of fields, and then you're right back into city again.
Really?
And
Yeah.
there's probably 4 or 5 lounges right in that Bentonville area.
Dude, I heard Omaha's awesome. Like cigar
Yeah?
bar scene and all that.
Yeah,
and
what
cigar
else is
lounge.
there to do?
I mean,
Yeah.
well, you got the,
Yeah, not much.
I want to go there just for the not World Baseball Classic, College Baseball World Series.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I
that'd be
heard
cool.
that's like insane down
Yeah.
there. I heard it's like a party and like everything. I'm like, yeah, I need to go down there one day.
That'd be
for that.
fun.
That just wrapped up.
Yeah,
LSU win it?
LSU won.
Yeah, LSU won that. Yeah.
I would go to the Little League World Series, but one,
That'd
I
be cool.
don't have kids anymore, so that feel a little awkward.
Yeah,
Two,
you might be put
can't,
on
like-
you might be put on a list if you go to that. And
Exactly,
you're
yeah,
like,
you
whose kid is yours? And
You
you're
can't
like, I
drink
don't
and
have any.
smoke,
You're like,
so
I
I'm
haven't
like,
chosen yet.
They're all my boys.
right. I haven't picked one. I'll just come to the lounge and watch it on TV like everybody
Yeah,
else. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we were at Harrah's last night for our members only event,
Mm-hmm.
so big shout out to Rob and Lisa for that. That was a
Gene
really
and
fun
Tony
time.
and the
Oh,
guys
yeah.
out
Oh,
there was
yeah.
great.
Gene, Tony, and
Yeah.
Harris
It was
did
great.
a great job.
It was a good time.
Absolutely.
Got to tour through some of the barns, see some horses.
Oh, that's the horse
Learn
track up
some
north,
programs.
right?
Yeah.
Anderson?
Right here in Anderson. Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Those horses, you see like the thoroughbreds on TV, and they're all kind of jumping and getting, they're kind of skittish, But we went back in the barn, and like every single one of these standardbreds, they just wanted you to pet them and scratch
Really?
their heads. Oh, they were
Oh,
coming
yeah.
right up, and
That's awesome.
they were great.
They're like big dogs.
They really were.
They really, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, all right, well, if a horse is like this, I mean, I
Yeah.
could probably see having a horse. at
Owning a
some
couple.
You
point.
get that horse money one day, bro.
Yeah,
That
right.
horse money's another level, bro.
Hey, they had claims races for like $6,000 last night.
Dude, one of my
Yeah.
favorite things when I go down to Kentucky is like when I'm just driving city to city or whatever, and I see like the horse ranches and stuff, like in the hills and the barns. I'm like, dude, this is beautiful, man.
Yeah.
Especially when you're like by Woodford, I think.
Yeah.
They have a ton of those horse barns
River
and stuff.
Sales
Like,
and
yeah.
Lexington. Yeah.
Yeah, they have
There's some
some-
really nice places out there.
Yeah.
Well, the thoroughbreds typically are big horses.
Yeah, those things
The
are massive.
standardbreds, there was a couple
so big.
last
There were a couple
night,
little ones.
but there was a lot of little ones. Yeah, there
Yep.
were some that were
Like little
they were
ponies.
like little 2-year, and they were, I mean, it'd be nothing just to hop right up on one. No big deal at all.
Yep.
Yeah, so it was.
Do it.
And
I'd
shout
pay
out
money
to our
to see
boy
that.
Trace,
Yeah, do
Trace
it.
Tetrick last night. He crushed it.
Oh,
I
my
think he had-
goodness.
He had at
4
least
wins?
5, maybe
It was
five.
4 in a row. For
Five
sure.
when we left.
Yeah.
And there were still races after we left. So
John DeLong got 2 wins.
He had
John
a couple
got
good
some.
ones.
I don't
Yeah.
know how they
Same.
ended up the last 5 races because
I know Luna got one. Luna got one last night.
Marvin Luna had a good night.
Yep.
Yep. There was
Yeah,
some,
John DeLong screwed me on my pick 4 on the second race, but I hit the other 3.
You did, and
You
big
never
thanks-
walk away from the track when
Yeah.
you're on the heater.
Yeah.
You never walk away.
Hey, look, I won early. Big thanks to Gene for explaining the wheel bet, which I did not know anything about. So that was awesome.
I have no idea what that
I don't
is.
even know what that is. I
So-
didn't hear him say it either.
So you can go to like one of the pool bets, and I did an exacta, and I saw this horse, this 5 horse, and I'm like, man, this horse is good enough to win, but I don't think he's going to pull it off. So I picked the 5-horse to be second.
And you know this from my prior experience of seeing this horse race?
No.
Earlier in the day,
That's
did
the
it race?
program.
Stats, yeah.
Oh, just
Just
based on the program.
Okay. And
okay.
we got a good rundown on
You can
reading
read
the
it. You can
program.
read it pretty
yeah.
good.
Yeah,
Okay.
actually,
I got it.
feel like I think I know what every single thing on the program means now. I think
I
I
think
finally
so.
know
I think
all
that's
of
a key
it.
for that, for like that life and that
It
world of
really
like
is.
betting. Yeah.
Yeah.
That was
Well-
part of the event last night, is they went through and explained the
really?
program
Yeah.
Oh, that's
more
yeah.
in depth.
Well, something I never paid attention to
If
was...
I didn't come back at like 11:30 at night last night, I would have stopped up there.
Yeah. Well, we were already gone.
We
by
were
then.
gone by then, but the
Tuesdays
purses,
are nights.
that's what kind of blew my mind, is like they classify these horses lots of times according to, like in claims races, they all have to be in a claims range, or they'll basically set like a purse, and you'll see these horses that will have run in previous races where it might have been $6,000, $5,000, $8,500 purses.
Yeah.
And they're running suddenly for a $16,000 purse. And they have no races there. Well, the higher the purse, the more talented the horse is.
Right, yeah.
Right? And so they're trying to bump up, and you start looking at that and you go, oh man, this horse is like, there's no way, right? It's not even close, because it's been getting third in all these $8,000 races, and suddenly
Right,
it jumps up to
so-
a $16,000. Yeah, they might be trying to push it with competition,
Yeah.
but it's likely not going to win, right? I just had no idea. So I picked this 5-horse to come in second, and any horse to come in first. And so it was a 6-horse race.
And so they call that a wheel bet.
They call it a wheel. It's basically just I'm doing 5 manual bets, but I can do it on one ticket.
Interesting.
Yeah, so I can just say any of these horses, and it'll print out the ticket, and it's $1 for each bet because it's an exacta.
Yeah.
So it was a $5 ticket, and I won, and I got like $40.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, on
That's
a $5
awesome.
ticket. So yeah, the wheel.
As Matt Fitzpatrick drains the birdie to go 15 under.
Yeah, apparently Janelle said that she thinks you spent too much time with her this week, and her idiocy rubbed off on you.
That's yes.
That checks
for
out.
sure. That's for
Need
sure.
a Janelle break.
Well, and then we
Yes.
had
Yes, I probably do.
Janelle and JC got to ride in the starter truck.
Yeah.
Did
Go
It
around the
did.
track too, and
It's a cool
so
thing.
funny when you see it out there. You're like, oh, that seems kind of fun. When you get in there, it's a blast.
Yeah, it's a cool
blast to watch the actual judge doing his job, and you're right there, but by the horses, watching what they're doing. It's a whole different perspective of racing.
Yeah, you're
Right before
5
it
feet.
starts, you got
Yeah, you're 5 feet from the horses that
Yeah.
are going 30 miles an hour or whatever.
Yeah.
Yep.
That's
Really
up close
awesome.
and personal right there.
Yes, it was. Yeah,
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
that
they're-
was a really good time.
They're live, those are actual judges in the car. So, like, they're watching the whole race from the car, making sure that they're not faulting or doing something
Really?
illegal.
Oh, we
So-
heard something really cool about it. So, the guy that's driving, obviously in the front, in the driver's seat, when the gate comes out, he does not control the gas or brake. He only steers. And the judge that's in the back that's controlling the gate is running the gas and the brake.
How's that work?
I mean, it obviously works because they do it, but they do it because the guy
like
in
the
the
old
back
school,
is watching the horses, and he has to
car.
wait
Well,
till they
no,
all
I-
get up to the gate.
I understand it did work, but
Yes.
I'm saying how did that
Yeah.
guy in the back seat
Yeah.
control that?
So he just has
He's got
the
his own
pedals.
pedals.
He's got his
Yeah.
own pedals.
it's an electric gas pedal, so they just wire
It's like
in
the
an
old school
extension.
driver's ed cars that have the,
The brake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
brake on the
Yeah.
passenger side. It's just in the rear.
So he can control to make sure that the vehicle is staying like at the right speed for the horses to all reach the gate.
That makes sense.
For them to hit the start
Especially if
line.
he's the one that's like paying attention to it and the other guy's just steering or
The
whatever.
weird part
Right,
about
he
that
can't
is he's
turn
facing
around.
backwards.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
The accelerator to go backwards.
Yeah.
The guy's
so-
yelling, brake, brake, brake. And he slams
I
into
guess
the
when
wall.
the gate opens, then it transfers to the driver.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if that's just the driver just takes his feet off and like he could still control it if he needed to. You'd think he'd have to for like safety reasons.
Yeah, I wouldn't want the guy brake checking a row of horses.
I'd be sitting there
Right.
going like,
True. Yeah. Yeah.
mash it.
Well, and shout out to Tony and the Indiana Standardbred Association. They're coming on as a sponsor of the podcast. So we're going to be talking to them about that. They want to do at least a 4-month podcast or 4-month sponsorship. So
Sweet.
we will have them on here. We're going to be talking about that in the next week or so
Nice.
and getting that finalized. So
Yeah,
So
it's gonna be good.
again, if you guys haven't come out, speaking to the folks out there listening,
yeah.
Tuesday nights. They
Tuesday
just
nights.
started this last
Remember
week.
this, Tyler.
I was really disappointed I couldn't be there, but I was, sleeping. But Tuesday nights, we will be at Harris Hoosier Park
Mm-hmm.
and Casino. We got the suite up top, right by the Pegasus bar. Is that where
Yep.
we're going to be at most of the time?
Yep.
Excellent.
Yeah. So when you get there to Hoosier Park, it's the south end of the entire facility there.
Yeah, the big
That's
covered stairs
That's
that
the
go up
horse
the hill.
racing end.
Yep.
Just go up through the little awning there, go in the doors, and you kind of veer left right past the sports book, and we're right behind the Pegasus bar right there. Super easy to find once you get in there.
Yep.
So yeah, definitely come out and hang out with us. They give us those suites, and the bar's right there. Bring your own cigars. You can smoke in the suites, and it's just a great time to watch
Yeah.
horse racing. You can learn. I mean, honestly, now I think we're all starting to learn enough to where if people ask questions, we might be able to answer some questions.
I feel like we probably could.
But
Yeah.
usually Gene's there or Tony or one of the guys are stopping by, and if there's any questions, they can always answer questions.
So Alan brought up a good point.
And I got some sport. Now I got some horse handicappers for me up
There
there.
you go.
Yes.
So who won the final third race?
Trace Tetrick.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's
Trace
right.
Tetrick won it. I can't remember the horse's name now. Dang it.
The disrespect you just paid to that
Something
so
about
working
sorry,
animal.
buddy.
Something about balls.
Rob's ass.
It was Nancy. It was like Fancy Nancy, I think.
Yeah, it was
Yeah.
Fancy Nancy.
Fancy Nancy,
Yes.
Fancy Nancy.
Yeah.
And Fancy Nancy
What was the other one?
destroyed
It was
the
like-
field. I mean, it was like 3 links.
It was. And actually, we were watching the times last night. They were approaching some of the fastest times we've seen out there. They were
Oh, yeah,
right
it
at
was
that
crazy.
150 mark.
Wow.
And we were waiting for them to jump into the 149 range, and they never did. But that's
I don't think
that's
I've
some
ever
quick
seen
racing.
a 149 race out there.
I don't know if we have either.
I'm going to say majority of the ones we see are anywhere between like 153 and 158.
Well, it depends,
good
right?
weather.
We see a
On the
lot of the
paces
one-
versus the trotters.
Yeah.
Yes,
Because
yes.
the trotters, I think they end up at the 158. to
Yeah, they're a little slower,
159, and the pacers are the ones that go
But
like the
it was like
151 to
Tuesday when
152.
we were out there. Of course, it was 90 degrees or whatever. And they were running that one horse that took off from the field and won by like 7 lengths. They ran a 151.
Yeah.
And their fastest race prior to that was 154.
Yeah. Well, last night the one that I think it was Trace that actually did that one too. It was a dead even 150, and it was actually his fastest race. That horse's fastest race by 1.3 seconds.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that was pretty quick last night for as warm
Did you
as it
see
was.
his tongue?
Oh God, he was
Man,
tired.
I've never seen that before. I mean, that was like a dog with its tongue. It was hanging out of the side of his mouth. And it was like 6-8 inches out. I mean, it was.
He's like,
He's
take
doing
my
the-
picture. I want to go get a bath.
Yeah.
Commercial.
You're right. Yeah, it was crazy.
But it was
yeah,
a great night. It was a really
It was
great
a really
night.
great night. And again, for those that are not members, the member drive will start on
Friday.
Black Friday.
Yep.
Adult
Go through the end of
daycare
July,
out
or
here
into
and-
June. Yeah. Or I'm
Yep.
sorry, into January.
Into
not June,
January. So that's the only time you're going to have to get it is that 2-month period, basically in November through all of December and January, to get into the members program. And you can hear this is the second event. There'll be 2 more this calendar year.
Members
so it's-
program for here or for there?
for here.
Okay.
For here. Yeah.
Yes, it is for here. So yeah, the first event we had was here at the lounge, and then this one was over at Harris Hoosier Park.
Nice. Becky's in second place now.
Hey, there you go.
Third one's going to be in Cabo. No, I'm just kidding.
Not quite.
I do know you're excited about the third one.
Ah, God, I hope it comes through the way it's supposed to.
Okay, so no details
I'm not
yet.
telling details though.
But if you're interested, come in and talk to Rob, Lisa, any of the staff members about
Yeah.
the membership program.
Yeah, you can
Yeah.
hit
And-
any of
and
us
just
up on
inquire.
there.
And if you ever want to talk to actually someone that's a member, 90% of the time when you come in here, there's
There'll
a
be one
member
here.
here. So if you ever have questions, you want to actually talk to a member, not just us promoting our product, talk to them because I feel like it's gone over pretty well so far this year. So we'll see how it continues. And as we get to the end of the year, we'll reevaluate, and things that didn't work, we'll get rid of. Things that worked well, we'll do more of. So
Poor
it's gonna be
Dave
fun.
Lakes had to go to Keith Urban
Oh,
instead
poor
of
guy.
coming last night too.
Poor
Dude,
guy. I hope
Well,
he's
was
on
in-
there.
When I was in Cleveland Friday, I was driving to my mother's house that night, and it was probably around the time when a concert would start. And she doesn't live far from Blossom Music Center, which is like Cleveland's version of Deer Creek, Ruoff, whatever we want to call it.
Yeah.
And
It's always
And-
Deer Creek.
It's always Deer Creek.
it's always going to be the creek. And I'm driving, and I hit this traffic, this like wall of traffic. I'm like, what is going on? I was so upset. And and the next thing you know is Keith Urban. So it was not shocking that Keith Urban was here evidently yesterday when he was there in Cleveland Friday. I was like, that better be one hell of a
What was
show.
it? $8 tickets?
So I don't know. The only reason I know Keith Urban
Probably
even
not.
exists is because wasn't he a judge on American Idol?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so.
Bum.
Doesn't he have that long hair, kind of that weird stick straight long hair?
It's not really long. I mean, it's like Mike length.
Yeah.
It's not that long.
Yeah.
He's also married to Nicole Kidman too. So
Well, I mean, that's
I think he is, isn't he?
I don't know.
Yeah.
she's got to be like the hottest 60-some-year-old on the planet.
Did you just say Scientology sloppy seconds?
It's Tom Cruise.
same
It's the
thing.
same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
In
Yeah.
my head, that's all I heard.
Yes,
You can associate both.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah. What are you opening up over there, Rob?
So Cody, our buddy in here, he brought the Blood Oath number 9 and number 11. We're going to taste through those real quick. And this
Cody,
the
I'm
Blood-
going to drink this just so you know, but I'm not going to be able to taste it. It's so disappointing.
So this
Appreciate
Blood
it.
Oath, okay, so they're finished in Oloroso sherry casks, which we love, 98.6 proof, and this is their number 9 release. So excited to try this. I've had a couple of Blood Oaths in the past, but not a lot, so I'm excited.
There's really only one Blood Oath that I didn't really care for. I don't remember which one it was. Of course I don't. Actually, maybe the one that box. Which one's in the box?
That's the
right there?
11.
It's probably not the 11. I think it was an older one.
I think they all come in
But
the box.
I've always been a fan of Blood Oath.
Did we really hit on the Penelope that much?
We
No.
didn't, but as I finished it off, it actually went really, really well with that cigar.
That was the one thing I was going to bring up, and how well it actually paired with the cigar. And
Because
kinda opened it
sometimes
up.
you get a whiskey that overpowers a cigar, or you get a cigar that overpowers it. I feel like they really played nice together. You had the bright notes coming out of the whiskey and the dark notes coming out of the cigar, and they just kind of blended nicely.
Well, I found out this one's a 72 corn, 15 rye, 13 malt mash bill
Ooh, so some
Penelope?
high malt.
on the Penelope.
Nice.
Which is probably why it brings out that like chocolatey kind of fruity
On
sweetness.
which one?
On the,
The Penelope.
Penelope.
Oh, the Penelope. Okay, thank you.
Did the finish on the Penelope? I mean, it's kind of interesting when you can't taste the flavors, the things that you pay attention to. And so obviously, mouthfeel is going to be one of them.
Yeah.
It felt like the Penelope finish was pretty long because I
Yeah.
felt like it took a while to dissipate like all the mouthfeel components.
Yeah.
Was the flavor pretty
The
lengthy?
flavor was long, but it wasn't a spicy. You know how a lot of them will get that spice finish
They'll
and it just
change.
flings on the palate?
Yeah.
It was more of like the softness of it on
Okay,
the palate.
just a
with
consistency.
A little bit of
Soft.
fruit and stuff in there. It was really nice.
That was kind of also, I think, why it kind of reminded me more of like a single malt, was because of how soft and approachable it was.
Yeah,
Kind of. It
yeah.
wasn't like anything overly aggressive, which I kind of wished it kind of was. I kind of wish it had that kiss of that high spice. Kind
I
of.
wouldn't have minded a little bit more
Yeah, that
spice,
would've
but I
been-
thought it went well with a dark cigar. Now, if we were to do that one with a light
That's fair.
cigar, I
I
don't
probably
know if
wouldn't
it
have
would.
liked that
It might
pairing
not have worked as
whatsoever.
well.
Yeah.
But you know what? Science. We'll try it.
I will
So-
say on the cigar, by the way, I do like that I can still get.
Smoke.
I guess. Well, there's spice. Like I can't tell you what it is. I couldn't tell you if it was black pepper or
Still getting the
something
tingle.
else. But I get the tingle.
Nice.
The amount
Right.
of body on this cigar is
It's
like
insane.
awesome.
The smoke that it produces,
Yeah.
it is absolutely
That
fantastic.
was one thing I keep commenting about on this one is the draw.
The draw's
It's
so good.
it's so effortless.
Yeah, it's
And
like a Padron.
and it's
That's-
a nice thick smoke.
it's
That's what
literally
it
like a
reminds me of.
Padron.
That's
Yeah.
exactly where I was going. It's like this is one of the reasons I love Padrones, because you get the same draw in every Padron you smoke. This one has that same nice, not overly open, not where it's just airy, but it's just there's no resistance. You don't have to fight smoking it.
That retro hill will get you though.
Oh,
Yeah.
it does. It does. So
Yeah.
I'm kind of anxious about this because I do like a high malt, and this one is very, very
This
malty.
is a high malt.
Yeah, 13% malted barley.
On this one,
Yeah, yeah.
3 different blends, 16, 12, and 7
The
years.
first little sip was like super, super soft on the palate, so I can't go in the second one. Here.
I am almost getting
No, you're
a
not.
flavor out of this. Almost. It must be really
Well, bourbon
bold.
cures all.
Is it pretty bold?
I'm going to mute you.
I tell you, I
there's
tell you what.
there's spice on it. There is some spice.
You may
in
have
it.
just transferred your COVID over to me because I don't think there's a lot of flavor to this thing at all.
Okay, I will tell you.
Immediate COVID.
Take a little bit bigger second sip. The first sip was like, okay, there's not a lot going on. Second sip is much more bold, more spicy.
Has a really like strong cordial cherry nose.
I'm thinking more like strawberry.
Some fruit.
There's like it's like a more of a brighter than a dark cherry for me.
Ooh, it's got a good Kentucky blanket with it.
No, it doesn't.
Not at all.
Not really.
Shit, Mike.
It doesn't.
Really?
It really does not.
It went
No.
right down, right here, man.
That's bronchitis.
Honestly, I think it
called
depends on
pneumonia.
the sip you're taking too. Because this one, if you take a little small sip,
First one was
it's
not,
very,
yeah.
it's very, very mild. but you take a little bit bigger sip.
had to
it actually
take- I had to
I'm
take
spices
taking
more
it up.
in
big
to get
sips
that,
to
yeah.
try and
I
get
know you do.
anything.
I know you
Yeah,
do.
I'm not having to take
He's
small
chugging
sips.
it out of the
I just
bottle.
want to
I
feel
am.
something.
I want to taste something, damn it.
Scott, it just wants to feel.
I just want to
I
feel.
feel like the Grinch. I have no heart.
Yeah, I didn't get too much off the first sip.
Get into a bigger sip. I bet you will.
Yeah. When all else fails, just drink more.
Right.
No, that was definitely a lot. That definitely had more flavor to it with that second sip.
Yeah.
Seems a little earthy.
It's
I think that's coming from the cigar.
Yeah.
I do get that when you put them together, the earthiness. It's very good. Do we? Who actually does distilling for
Lux
Blood?
Row.
Thank
Lux
you,
Row, yeah.
Lux Row.
Yeah.
Could not remember.
Their stuff's good. I haven't tried all of
what
them.
else does Lux Row do? Because
Oh my God.
I've drove by that distillery.
Is
a
Lux
bunch of
Road? They
times.
ones to do Monks
Rebel.
Road.
Yes.
Monks Road, yeah.
Monks Road, they do Rebel.
I got to look it up because they have a lot.
Oh, they do Rebel.
Yeah.
Okay, I like Rebel.
We
I
got a
wanna see the
signature
whole
bottle
for-
from there last time we were there.
That's not like that Rebel Yell stuff or
No.
whatever, right?
No.
Okay. The other Rebel.
Yeah.
With like the red.
The good Rebel.
Yeah, the good one. Okay.
Oh,
You guys are
man.
full of shit, man. I totally feel it in my chest.
Ezra Brooks, Rebel,
I do a little bit
Nicholson,
too.
Blood
Ezra
Oath,
Brooks, that's the other one.
Yeah.
Davies County. I knew they had 6 or 7 of them.
Yeah, we
Dude,
Had a
did.
couple
whenever I go,
Davies counties
whenever,
were good.
whenever I go to Benny's up in Chicago area and stuff like that in Illinois, Benny's Beverage Depot or whatever, they're a
Yeah, yeah.
massive
Love
chain up
Benny's.
there.
Yep.
Total Wine of
always,
Illinois.
They always have, yeah. They
They're better
always
than
have
Total
a damn.
Wine.
Are they?
They're better than Total Wine. Sorry, but I'm getting really frustrated with Total Wine every time I walk in there. It's
They don't
like,
have shit.
well, not just that they don't have shit, but don't bother asking anybody.
'Cause they
Don't
just
ask.
push
They're
their
just going
own
to push
stuff.
their own stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got to like fight them on it. It's like, don't push any of your own stuff on me.
That
Oh, that's
Seven
not our
Brothers or
stuff.
whatever
That's
that
not
has
our
no
stuff.
flavor.
The hell it isn't. Let me just pull it up and Google it for you.
Yeah.
I know better.
As I was saying,
Sorry, man. They're just not very
soapbox
helpful.
over here.
Sorry.
Soapbox session right there. No, Benny's always has like a barrel pick of like Rebel or fucking Ezra Brooks and stuff like that, and it's always fire. And it's always eye proof and just. I've done a couple podcasts in Columbus with it, and they do a really good job with their barrel picks.
Yeah, shout those guys out. Bourbon and BS, right?
Yeah, Bourbon and BS. Steve Crane and Nate Hale over there with
Shout out.
Tinderbox Easton. They do an awesome bourbon and cigar podcast.
Which you've
over
been
there.
on there several times. I
I've
know
been on there
Jake-
like
Jake
8 or 9
Sanders.
times. Jake Sanders
on
was
there.
one of the ones who started it originally
Yeah.
with Steve,
Yep.
and Nate was kind of like the audio guy and stuff, and he would pop in once in a while. But they do a really good podcast over there. So if you're a cigar and bourbon guy,
Yeah.
check it out. And so I've done that. I've brought a couple of those bottles with them. And the last one I got from them was a Starlight pick that they did, and they did it. They aged the bourbon in champagne barrels. Ooh. And it was actually fire.
Huh.
Wow.
It was really good. I was
That
very,
didn't sound
very
like that would go
impressed.
together at all, does
You
it?
wouldn't think.
Yeah.
I just saw it. I'm like, this has to be interesting. And I'd had it, and you like, it tastes. Obviously, it tastes like bourbon, but like the finish had like the crispness
Oh, nice.
of like a champagne. It was trippy. I really, really enjoyed
Well,
it. I think
it-
I sat at my patio at my hotel drinking it, and I think I was actually pairing it with like a crema, and it was
Oh, yeah,
absolutely
perfect.
fantastic with a crema.
I think Barrel has a champagne finish, didn't they?
I've never seen it if they do.
Now
I was
wanna
just
know.
thinking back at some of the early Starlight releases of like the Chardonnay barrels and stuff, and they actually were really good. So maybe those lighter wines and like the those kind of things actually might work well with a bourbon. Maybe they'll
Yeah, Barrel's
cut
got one.
down some of the stuff. Huh.
Barrel does do one?
Yeah.
No kidding.
What's it called?
Barrel champagne finish.
Oh, huh. Never seen that one.
I haven't seen that one either.
I'm not a big Chardonnay guy, but there is.
Meaning,
like
I'm not
this-
really a Chardonnay guy.
Well, there's a kind of a cheaper one out there that's called Butter, and it's kind of like their whole focus is just to make a very buttery, not necessarily what I'd call balanced Chardonnay,
Right,
but it
yeah.
just, that's like their thing. I'm kind of thinking, yeah, you could probably take
Barefoot.
barrels from that. I don't think it's Barefoot that makes butter, but you could take that and add. I think you could do bourbon in that.
Yeah.
It'd be pretty good.
Well, I know we just got we got some stuff from Daniel's Vineyard now. We actually picked up their Brut Bubbles and then the Chardonnay as well. Actually,
The Rough
it was
Days
the
can.
first Chardonnay I've tried that I'm like, this is actually really good.
Oh, this is the wine in the can.
In the can,
I
yeah.
love, dude. The wine in the can is
It's great.
solid.
The other two are more,
Really?
honestly, the
Yeah,
other two to me are
it's
more like
legit.
sangrias. They're a
Yeah.
little bit
Yeah.
sweeter.
Like a sangria in a can kind of makes sense. I can see
Yeah.
that.
We had a Cabernet down in Louisville at
Yeah.
the Derby City Cigar Bash.
Oh, that one was good.
And
Lisa
it
would
was
know the name. I don't
It
remember
was
the name.
really good. Like,
Really? I didn't even know they had that thing. I was there at that event, and I had no idea they even had that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, this isn't
Oh, was
the,
that long?
Up under the
that
awning.
was-
the
okay.
end guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy on the end that was by like the photo booth area.
Oh,
I
okay,
can't remember the
yeah,
name
yeah.
of it. Lisa would know.
I was like, if I'm going out to Conner Prairie, you know, the Symphony on the Prairie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
that'd be
over at
perfect.
Noblesville or whatever? Yeah.
Yeah. Go out there.
Where the hot air
and-
balloons are and all that.
Exactly. Yep. Yep.
I'm not going to lie, the more I sip on this with the cigar, it actually goes well with the cigar. I mean, it's doing the opposite of what the other one was doing. It's actually pulling more flavor out of the cigar.
Are you sure you're not lying?
I'm not lying.
Okay.
I ain't lying.
We can
You can't
taste
lie.
things.
I ain't lying.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah, it brought out a bunch of earthy notes out of the cigar for me. I still get a lot of fruit out of this blood oak.
Yeah.
Something in strawberry, cherry, something. I
It's
don't-
honestly
some
not
red
as
fruit.
malty as I was expecting from
No, for
13%.
13,
Yeah.
Be easy with the retro. It'll light you
I
up.
was say I see glassy eyes over there.
I love the retro hells that make you water. Man, it's so good.
This
The
cigar
explosion
is
of flavor
so good.
that comes after that is just insane. But yeah, my eyes are watering right now. But just the flavor notes that pop out.
Does this
Wow,
not,
it
does this not
does.
kind of like remind you of Laranja Escrow to a certain degree?
It
But like just like
just
beefier?
yes, much beefier.
Yeah,
yes.
100%.
And
A little
I've
more
had the Oscuros
pungent.
in here, and a lot of people haven't been smoking them. You guys need to smoke these damn things. They're really good.
Dude, I don't know, when I was traveling with Eric Espinosa a couple weeks ago, we were literally smoking a Laranja Escrow, and he's just like sitting there, he's like, dude, this thing's rocking right
Okay,
now.
I'm
like,
going to tell you
yeah,
right
dude,
now,
I
the new,
love it.
the new for us, the Ranja Reserva, that
The Robusto Extra?
that thing is a slow burner.
It's a flavor bomb, too. Like, I
I
don't
had,
even, like,
I
it's
had
a
3 hours
54.
in on that little Robusto.
Yeah.
And I still had probably another half an hour on if I wanted to keep going with it.
And
It
the
was
flavor
that
pops like
long.
crazy. Like Corey,
It
I was
does.
talking to Corey Davis about this down at Southside Cigars. We were, you know, they just got that size in because we ran out of the other sizes
Right.
that they carried.
Same as us.
And,
Yep.
Yeah, right. And
Did he wave back?
and we were like sitting there, and he's like, I'm like, dude, you guys already went through that box of like Laranja Reserve or whatever. He goes, dude, I was smoking them like crazy. He goes, the flavor on that size
Yeah.
is incredible. He goes, it's better than the Corona Gorda, which I thought I loved. And I'm like,
I'm the same way. Yep.
yeah.
Well,
It's
that was
really-
the thing
that's a
too. Is
really,
like
really good size.
because I always talk about that one being a great. If you're only a beer person, that goes great with a hoppy
holds
beer
up.
or a citrus beer. It goes great because that citrus note you come off that Brazilian wrapper.
Yeah.
But that one there has even more of that citrus than you have in the smaller ones. So I was shocked about.
Yeah, it's really good.
So good.
I haven't had this with a beer yet. This is only my second one of these this year. I
Which
haven't
one?
the,
What is it?
the
Oh, the
chef special.
chef, yeah.
But I feel like this one would be okay with a beer.
I think it would be
I
too.
think it could stand up to a beer.
Obviously, it's going to go well with a stout, but I think that would go well with a
I would have this with a
Something
Guinness
Guinness. would
all
go
day
great.
long.
Yeah.
I would have this with a
Yeah.
Guinness all day long.
But I'm with you. I think
Nothing
it would go
flavored,
well
but
with like
something-
a
a little thicker.
maybe not an IPA. IPAs are so
They're
a
so
little off.
overpowering with.
But I think
Yeah.
like a
when it comes to
blonde ale or
cigars.
even that Charmer, the cream ale would go really well with
Yeah.
that too. I think so.
I can see
Ooh,
it going
Sun
with the
King
blonde.
cream ale would go really well with
You
it.
should try Pax's cream ale.
Really?
It's
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, it is.
What is it?
It is.
Pax?
It's better. Yeah, Pax.
Pax Verum.
Pax?
Pax Verum.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just up here in Lapel.
Oh, really?
That's all the beer we have in the cooler right now.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Good
the- in
people.
the
They
beer
make great
humidor.
beer. In the beer humidor. Yeah.
What are you
I'm
tasting
almost-
now, Scott?
I was gonna say, go ahead.
Nothing.
Okay, moving on.
I figured it'd be short. That's why I said go first. I'm almost getting almost like a cinnamon roll icing coating on the tongue between the blood oath and the cigar. It just sits there and lingers thick, almost like an icing.
Heine, I hate you right now.
That's fine.
I hate you. That sounds delicious.
Get in line.
I really want that. I want to taste that.
I'm getting
You know what it really
oatmeal
tastes
from a
like?
bag.
You're missing out. You're missing
Trying
out.
on Scott Day.
We're
apparently.
just, we're just
Sorry.
riling up Scott.
That's okay.
He found
It's all
oatmeal,
right.
and everyone's like, no, there's no oatmeal here.
No.
You
No,
thought,
no,
you,
you're
thought
an
you
idiot.
tasted oatmeal in a cigar?
no, it was a bourbon.
It was one of
It
the
was a
bourbons.
It's a
yeah.
bourbon.
Like, no,
Yeah.
you're an idiot.
I was like, this is like oatmeal. And you're like,
We're all inclusive,
every
but
other
you're
person was like,
freaking wrong.
no, you're wrong.
Scott's shoulders go down and he starts crying.
So the next week we brought him a pack of Quaker Oats and threw it at him.
That's awesome.
See the shit I deal with on this show? Man.
Someone's got it. There's always one that gets like
Right,
everything.
I
right?
know.
There is
That's
always
usually
one.
me.
Well, Isaiah's not here anymore, so.
That's true.
Isaiah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Well, Mike's now got that Pacer gig, so everybody wants Pacer tickets from, so they're going to be nicer
know.
to him and shit.
Man, there's people that have been texting me that I haven't talked to in years. Like, can you give me tickets? Like,
I thought you were
Can
trying
you give me tickets to Game
you're-
7 of the NBA Finals? Like, no.
dude, yeah. Like,
Yeah.
literally
I
can't go
everybody.
to that.
Yeah.
I did get to go to Game 6. It was awesome. Thanks,
Did
Mike.
you really?
Yeah.
Appreciate
Yeah.
Oh,
that.
that's
They
bad.
did get us. We got tickets to all the games.
Really?
So
Yeah.
my
That's
wife,
awesome.
my wife went with.
This is your first year
random
working for him,
people.
too,
Yeah.
really?
Yeah,
Wow.
first
Yeah.
year full time.
So we figured out Mike's the
Mike's
reason
the
why
catalyst.
the
Mike's
Pacers
the
won this
reason.
year.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna win next year.
The guy
Should've
that
won this year.
claimed that he was not a sports guy, and now he's wearing Pacers Air Force Ones
For,
and all
for
that
saying
shit.
he's not a
dude.
sports
Yeah.
guy, Scott and I talked about this before. He has more knowledge of like stats and just bullshit
ridiculous.
stuff in
Yeah.
sports. He's like,
So he's
I'm
like
not a
Rain-
sports guy, but whatever.
He's got
Ask
like
him
the
about
Rain
women's
Man thing.
volleyball.
Yeah.
Yes,
sports
yes,
guy.
yes.
I am now.
You are. You are.
Yeah.
Look, you guys are going to be hurt next year without Tyrese.
No, we got
You
Cam
guys are
Jones
a good.
now.
You guys are. Okay. You guys are a good team. Don't get me wrong. But
Actually,
you-
this
you-
would be a
you
great
got-
year for rebuilding a team.
Yeah.
When he comes back.
We got Talon Peter.
You got Johnny Furphy. You got Johnny Furphy that's going
Look,
to be.
he needs to get real
Furphy.
good real quick. He's gonna have a
Furphy.
banger year with the boom.
Well, do we have anybody coming up from the Noblesville Noodles that's looking any good?
No.
What
That's
are
what I
they?
said. Johnny Furphy. He's our two-way player.
What is Noblesville's new?
Boom.
The boom.
The boom.
The
Yeah.
boom.
You call
Yeah,
them the
they-
noodles?
That's what he
That's
wanted
what
to call
I
it.
was. I was
that
petitioning.
he was wanting to
It
go for
sounds
the
so
number
much better. Could you see the mascot just being a flaccid noodle? Just like,
Why's it got to be flaccid?
I mean, just a
Why
pot
can't
of
it be
water
like a
and he's just
penne
like
pasta?
running away from him.
Dude, when the Cavaliers
So fun.
were in town playing the Pacers, I'm a Cleveland guy, so like, I'm a big time Cavaliers fan. We're
Sorry.
in the championship next year.
Sorry
Thank you
for your
very
loss.
much. Well, you caught us when we were all banged up, so you know you got a
Yeah,
nice
yeah,
little
yeah,
easy,
whatever.
easy pass.
Whatever. Here we go.
Yeah,
Here
we
we
heard
guys
go.
had
that
nice
excuse
easy
from
pass.
everybody on social media.
So
we were hurt.
Underrated.
well, you guys shouldn't have lost Game 7, but you know we lost Tyrese. You know, yeah, it comes around, goes
No,
around.
we should have won Game 7
Like,
even after Tyrese went down.
Yeah.
I mean, you go back and think through that game. We missed so many shots. It was
Yeah.
just awful.
I will say I was glad to see it
heartbreaking.
not be bitching and moaning about the referees the whole game. It was actually
It was not the referees. It was a
wasn't.
well-ref
It
game.
was
the,
just
the rest of the series was according to you Pacer
Oh, it
fans.
was.
100%,
Game
yeah.
5 was-
Oh, Scott Foster
Was
this,
it?
Scott
It
Foster
was
that.
Scott
Foster. he was
You know,
horrible.
The extender, all this. Get out of here. Just play
Hey, good thing he
basketball,
wasn't
make
in
your
Game
shots.
7. We'd had the first Game 8.
Game 8.
in the NBA
He called Game 7. He was part of Game 7.
No, he wasn't.
No, he wasn't.
No,
No, he wasn't.
Oh, that was an internet meme then?
Yeah.
No, because
Dude,
there's
I can't tell what's real anymore with AI.
Well, there's
AI
no-
just
exactly.
screws everything up.
There's no way to go to Game 8, so that's why he wasn't there. So that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah. There's no reason to
Automatic,
extend,
yeah.
so they don't have to have him
Where
there.
was I going with me saying I'm a Cavs fan or
You're
whatever?
a Cavs fan.
Yeah,
No
you
one
said you're a
cares.
Cavs fan.
Just wallowing.
We
saying you're
immediately
gonna
tried to
win.
change the
Yeah.
Just had to
subject.
vent.
Yeah, you guys didn't want to hear me go.
LeBron, come back.
Nah, I picked up his player option. I was so pissed when I saw that.
Yeah, I saw that this morning.
On $52 million for 1 year.
Good for him.
Good for him.
Good
Yeah.
for him
I mean,
getting the
whatever,
money.
good for him.
Hey, I never knock
Dude, he's
anybody
still
for
a
taking
top
the
10
money.
player in the
It's
league.
fine.
How does he not have his own brand of flip-flops is what I don't understand.
I like
It
it.
took us all one full second there to process what
It
you
did
just
me
said.
too. Yes, yes. Oh, God.
I mean, I have my special flip-flops, but I mean,
You
he
do.
could come
Dick
out with
flops?
his own really nice set of flip-flops.
He should come out with a version
I
of Dick
mean,
Flops.
who was Kanye associated with? They had his flip flops and stuff. There's a spot he could fill in for right there.
Who was
Why?
this
What happened to
brand
Kanye?
with? No,
Nothing,
remember
nothing.
last
Nothing.
time,
I heard
last
he's
time
a
we
really
talked
good dude.
about
I don't
Kanye,
know.
we got
La la.
banned.
I heard he dropped a really cool T-shirt. I don't know.
Views and opinions expressed in this program are those of the speakers do not necessarily represent those of the Final Third podcast.
Jesus Christ.
That disclaimer was needed.
disclaimer. That's perfect.
That's perfect timing.
No, no yay.
Well, why don't we go ahead and do the commercial
Yeah,
break,
let's
and
pay
then
some
we'll jump
bills.
into the next thing here.
Yep.
Final Third Cigar is Indiana's exclusive Aladino Cigar Lounge. Come to Final Third for a selection of over 20 different Aladino cigars, including the Cameroon, a wonderful cigar with nice light flavors. Make sure and visit Final Third, the Aladino exclusive cigar lounge for Indiana. Thank you to sponsor Deadwood Live. Derek with Deadwood Live is producing top quality live edge products as well as bourbon themed furniture. If you've been in the lounge, you've seen the custom live edge table and barrel stools produced by Derek. Be sure to give him a like and follow on Facebook at Deadwood Live. That's D-E-D Wood Live. From concept to creation, Bother Visuals specializes in bringing your ideas to life. They'll turn ordinary moments into extraordinary stories. Bother Visuals is your one-stop shop for all things visual. Be sure to like and follow on all social media at Bother Visuals. Calling all dog lovers, say hello to Spencer Lee's, offering freeze-dried pet treats, crafted with care and bursting with flavor. Spencer Lee's treats are the ultimate reward for your four-legged friend. Made from single ingredients and freeze-dried to perfection, these treats are packed with all the goodness your pup craves. Be sure to visit Spencer Lee's on Facebook or Instagram for updates and website information.
That here soon.
All
we need
right,
to.
we're back, and also want to send out a special thanks to Harris Hoosier Park and Casino, located in Anderson, Indiana. Every day they've got live gaming tables and slots and all the good stuff there at the casino. Tuesday through Saturday,
Yep.
they do live harness racing. Obviously, we're out there on Tuesdays. Come join us out at
Yes.
Harris Hoosier Park and Casino. Thank you to all of them out there for the great event that they put on, and we'll see you guys on Tuesday at Harris Hoosier Park and Casino.
And Tuesdays, they usually start racing about 6:15. We usually roll in there at least by 6, and
Yeah.
we get set up in the suite. Just come in and hang out with us.
Setup just means we get there and have drinks. ordered.
That's it. Setup means we sit down.
Yeah, we're
Yeah,
not
yeah.
we're not recording anything.
No,
it's just
no,
for
no.
fun, and
It's
we
just
just go out
hanging
and
out.
hang out and
Yep.
have a good time.
And
smoke
if you want to get
cigars
there
and-
like closer to 5 and you want to get a meal, they have the steakhouse and the restaurant. You can grab you some food before you get over there, and it's just a really great place to hang out.
It is. It's a lot of fun, and
And we
you know,
love
it's-
those guys.
It's one of those things where you think about what it costs to go to a movie. So
Yeah.
I want to go see the new movie F1.
Oh, yeah.
I did hear some people say it was actually really good.
I heard everybody say it was amazing.
Not any
Yep.
F1 drivers,
No.
but a lot of other.
Yeah.
Yes, we know how you feel, both.
Dude, I feel like that movie, like for F1 people, like I'm an F1 guy. I watched the race this morning, the Austria race. Like I feel like F1 people that watch that movie will be like, this is the most basic storyline you could probably come up with. Where like the old veteran who used to be a champion comes into this new team, and then the young guy, you know, doesn't like it, and they riff a little bit, they bond a little bit, they get through it. It's like the original Top Gun a little bit, you know?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
And you're like, what's gonna make that movie great, and what could make that movie great is the actual like cinematic experience. Like you gotta
that's
watch
it.
it in IMAX. You gotta
Exactly.
the scenes they shoot from the car when Brad Pitt's driving. Plus, it's Brad Pitt, so you can't hate Brad Pitt.
Right. I mean, Brad Pitt's pretty awesome.
I
anyway.
can't name one bad Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
World War Z was a banger of a movie.
So I
wanted to
will
hate
say
Bullet
all
Train
that.
until I watched it, and then I was like, it's
I
kinda
think
funny.
Keanu
I
Reeves
like
could have done it better.
Keanu Reeves would have been awesome for sure.
Shia
Brad
LaBeouf.
Pitt's still
Shia
good.
LaBeouf.
Keanu would say like 3 words the whole movie.
Right. I know kung fu. No,
Wow.
but you're exactly right. So I'm looking to build a home theater, and so I've joined all these
Yeah.
home theater groups on Facebook, and I'm seeing just post after post. People are like, I've got all these upgrades I need to do because this movie, like the visuals and the sound on it was so good.
I mean, it's the guy who did
They said
Top
it's-
Gun 2.
and
so,
they said it
that
was
movie
better.
was like,
Yeah, they said it was actually like the visuals and the audio was better than Top Gun 2.
Really?
And Top Gun 2 was unbelievable.
right,
Like,
that movie
literally
was
watched it
incredible.
last night.
Another
The
one
mix
where
was
the actual story of
amazing.
it kind of was ass, but
Yeah,
Do you
it
wanna-
was fine. I
do
mean,
you-
Oh,
It
you're
was
good,
it was a
you're good.
precursor to what just happened.
yeah,
Oh, it
Iran.
kind of was.
Right,
yeah.
right,
literally.
true.
that is kind of
yeah.
wild.
Do you want to know how they did the POV of like the car moving
No.
on the cockpit?
Oh, I do want to know, but I don't know how they did it.
It was really cool. I've already seen like the making of the F1 thing.
Okay.
The camera guy's holding handheld, and he's got a power drill with a wooden block that's offset on the bottom of it.
So it's shaking.
And so the car's not moving. They have screens. They're in like
Green
a
screen?
Yeah,
Green
they're in a
screen? Yeah.
sound stage, and you know everything's blurred. Everything's moving real fast, and then the car's stationary, and the camera guy's holding the camera with the drill, and the wood is smacking the camera, so it's going,
That's
making it look like the
awesome.
car's
That's
moving.
crazy.
Yeah,
Pedestal.
it's really cool.
You know,
Yeah, they're
there's
like-
weird things like that, like the Star Trek when they remade the series, right?
Yeah.
The whole time change and all that stuff. They said that they had some guy all the time standing off to the side in almost every shot, shining a flashlight directly into the camera. And if you notice, like when you watch the Star Trek movie, there's all these times where it's just like this light that just kind of like flashes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks super cool. It makes the movie
Yeah,
really
it kinda-
immersive.
Yeah, it kind of gives it like the dramatic appeal.
I don't know
to it
how.
as well.
I mean, I
Tim
know
with
it's
a
your
flashlight.
job as an actor to act, but you're there and you're trying to act, and then there's just this random dude over there. It's just going, flashing this stupid little flashlight into the camera.
what's this
It's
guy
like-
doing?
Right, exactly. I mean, how many times do you just be like, this dude with the flashlight's killing me?
Like-
What am I supposed to do here? How can I keep a straight
Take
face?
five.
Like you hear, there's a story that Chris Pine kills the guy with the the flashlight on the set of the
Exactly.
Captain Kirk loses it on set.
That would be funny.
It's pretty wild.
You
the
moving
stuff
on
they
to
do.
11 over there, Rob?
So
Yeah,
a
I
lot
was
of people
gonna
have
jump
said that
into
this
11.
F1 is just a remake of the Sylvester Stallone movie that came out like 10 years ago.
Oh
about-
yeah, about racing.
F1.
Yeah, was it F1 racing that he
Yeah.
was in?
Or it was Grand Prix stuff, but yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah. I don't remember what it was called.
Yeah, he's done a few bad movies. That was one of them.
Like
It was
called
exact almost
It was
the
like
exact
an
same
F1
plot.
movie.
He
It
was
was
a
about,
retired
like,
racer
F1,
that
yeah.
never made it. And
he
could
was
never
he was
succeed.
in it.
He was,
was the- he
driving
was
the
the
car.
star.
Yeah, he was the star.
So Sylvester Stallone's crammed down into an F1 car.
It was just his head because his body wouldn't fit.
Yeah.
Well, he's only like 5'5", so it's like,
Yeah,
his
but
body
He
actually-
actually does. He's wide, but he is.
All right, so we're moving on to the Blood Oath 11.
Yeah.
Blood
So
Oath 11.
same proof, 98.6 proof. Blood Oath 11.
Shout out to Thomas Anderson. Cheers from Michigan.
Yeah.
Hey, cheers, buddy.
This is a 14-year-old rye bourbon and a 10-year-old weeded bourbon. And then there is a 7-year mixed in there, too.
okay.
Still haven't seen anything
Ooh.
from our guys in Wyoming yet.
That's
that are
more of
No.
a nose.
So
That's
guys, get
definitely
on
more
there.
of a
Somebody
nose.
get on there and
Yeah, if you guys don't comment,
shout
we'll
out.
come see you.
Guess what this
Hey.
is finished in?
Oloroso sherry barrels.
Pass.
No?
On Yeho.
Ooh, here we
there we
go.
Tequila.
We
Damn
just
it.
had an Añejo finish, didn't
I
we?
know exactly what
Ba-da,
it tastes like.
ba-da-da-da-da.
I think it was
just had
Larrikin.
one. Yeah, it was Larrikin.
Larrikins.
Yeah, Larrikin from last week.
Yeah.
That Larrikin stuff.
This
is
one
good.
definitely has a bolder nose on it, for sure. Sorry,
I'm sure.
Scott.
I'm sure it does.
Scott.
Stupid.
Yeah, we got a shout out from your boys at Capelli Bros.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah. Appreciate Shiz jumping in
Shiz.
there and shouting out. He texted me a couple times this week, said he really enjoyed the show. He
Some Italian friends.
out of Philadelphia. So
nice.
I was out there. It was my wife and I's 25th anniversary, and we did Gettysburg and Philadelphia,
Yeah.
and then the UFC 316 in
Oh,
Newark.
really?
Oh
Nice.
yeah, dude. I was from me to Rob.
Did you watch
to
the Taporia
president.
fight last night?
No, man.
Oh my god!
I
Dude,
missed last night.
Taporia is the man.
And
dude.
freaking Charles Oliveira's done.
Yeah,
he's
I
got to
mean-
he's got to quit, man.
Like,
he's got to
I
retire.
love Michael Chandler, but like him beating Michael Chandler was really not that impressive to me.
Right,
And then
right.
I was like really looking for I'm like, okay, Charles, if you think you're really that good, like you should take out Ilya. But
Yeah.
Ilya's like, I think Ilya Taporia is the pound for pound baddest dude on the planet.
Nice.
Pound for pound.
Especially with John Jones retiring and stuff.
Right, right,
Like,
yeah.
Taporia is the most impressive. I mean, he knocked him cold out last night. It was insane.
Well, I'm very, very ready to see Amanda Nunez come back. I'm excited about that.
And stomp a mud hole.
Oh man, I was so happy to see Pena get.
A what?
I got to see her get her ass beat in person.
That's cool.
That was fantastic. Yeah, I was 40 feet
Was
from
that
the
the main
freaking.
event?
It was no, it was Sugar Show O'Malley not getting his title back.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, he lost.
Yeah, it was
So
Trump
it was
and
the
Putin.
co-main event.
Okay.
But yeah, it was me to Trump, was me to Rob. That's how far.
Really?
Oh, I was right there, dude.
Yeah, he
It
has
was
video of
awesome.
a Secret Service guy. Put your phone down.
Yeah, he
That
grabbed my
slapped his
hand and like
phone.
slapped my phone
That's
down.
hilarious.
He's like, no.
Yeah, but back to Capelli Brothers and,
Yeah.
and the good work that they're doing
Sorry
out
for the
there.
sidetrack.
No, it's okay.
Yeah.
I was just walking around downtown Philly looking for a cigar lounge because my wife was visiting this prison, old like abandoned whatever. You know,
As
it's
a
like
tourist, not
it's
as
a
a
tourist
visitor.
thing.
He's
Yeah.
tourist.
I
This
was about to say
time.
for work or
No,
personal reasons.
No,
This time.
just tourism, and I'm not
She'd
a
been
prison
riding the
guy.
guy. No.
so, yeah, she likes the prisons, and
We had
I
a pen
do
pal.
not.
I wanted to go visit him.
Yeah.
Seems like a nice guy.
Yes,
Wrongfully convicted.
The
man.
system failed him,
I'm
not him.
almost kind of surprised she doesn't have like a prison pen pal. Like it would not surprise me
Oh,
if she
she's
was like,
definitely
I
coming
joined
now.
this.
You
just gave her-
program."
you just
Oh,
gave
she
her an
is, I
idea.
guarantee it. Yeah.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, Capelli Brothers, great little lounge out there in Philly. Those guys were pretty awesome.
Nice.
I had a 601 Red out there.
Nice.
I forget. I think
You got it from them or?
yeah
Oh,
from them.
nice. They
Yep.
sell our stuff.
Yeah. They
Shout
don't
out.
have any direct. They just buy through.
Okay.
whatever distributors or
Brokers,
whoever. Yeah.
Buskers.
It's a smaller shop, but yeah, just a great organization out there. So
Yeah, we have an Espinosa Lounge over there. Anthony, Twin Smoke Shop.
Okay.
I want to say, yeah,
Okay.
that's an awesome spot.
Yeah.
Actually, I think it's technically a Rocky Patel Lounge, but I think they got more Espinosa swag in there and stuff like that
Nice.
than anything else.
There you go.
Nice.
Anthony's
Yeah.
good people.
Yeah,
Shout out to him.
absolutely. Well, hopefully they're out there watching in Capelli Brothers and
Yeah.
Philly.
Shout out.
Shout out
Yeah,
to
we'll
those
have
guys.
to do some collaborative stuff with those guys.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yep.
Get him
Yep.
on the show. Maybe have him call in one time.
Yeah.
That'd be cool. Speaking of calling in, Breeden said he's stopping by a cigar lounge. He's going to call you here in a minute.
Oh, sweet.
I told him to call your phone.
Call my
'cause you're-
phone,
Yeah,
yeah.
because you're on the Bluetooth. So
Sweet.
we'll get him up
Yep.
here. We'll see where he's at. I don't remember where he said he was going. Somewhere.
I
I
don't
don't
know
know
where
where
he's
he's
at right
at. Was he back in Carolinas again?
I think so. I think he was going to see family or something,
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
or vacation. I don't remember.
Yeah.
He'll tell us in a minute.
You mentioned like Alabama as kind of a growing cigar
Yeah.
place, and we
Sure
went
Thing.
to
It's
Sure
a-
Thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's on the Florida side, isn't it?
No. It's
No.
Orange Beach.
Well, they have one
yeah.
at the
They
wharf.
have
They
one
do have
over
one
in
in
Flo-
Destin.
yes.
Yeah.
And they have one over.
Yeah, they
there
Yeah,
at
their
Orange
first
Beach,
one was
too.
at Destin,
Yeah.
and they opened up in Orange Beach.
Paul, right? Paul's the owner of that.
I don't
I don't
know.
remember
I
the
don't
owner's
remember the owner's name.
I think his
Who's
name's
our guy?
Paul.
Well, it's co-owned with
Luke Bryan.
Luke Bryan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, he's a Columbus,
Yeah.
Ohio guy.
Yeah.
Not Luke Bryan, the other dude.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, he's a Columbus, Ohio dude.
Yes, correct. They talked about him, how he went down to Destin and opened up that place, and then they opened
Yeah.
up their second location at the wharf. And
Nice.
yeah, my wife and I, we go down there often, and a big group of us, we all went down.
Do they have any of the Luke Bryan Davidoff stuff?
They do.
Yeah,
do, yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what
Yeah,
we
we
smoked
smoked
some
that
of
on
those
the
over
podcast.
there.
Pretty good. They were
Yeah,
good. I've never
yeah,
had
pretty
one.
good,
So.
pretty good.
Yeah.
Acidic.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was interesting.
Is it a little bit stronger or mild?
Ours
was
like
it's a
medium
mild
plus.
medium plus.
Yeah,
Okay.
they were good though. I mean,
It was good.
Nice.
It was.
I like a lot of
we were
Davidoff
drinking.
products, so like,
we were
that's-
drinking a lot of Bardstown stuff too with that, so it was.
I love
Right,
the bars.
right.
Yeah.
And we were claiming it was like, wow, this Bardstown stuff's amazing. And Breeden's commenting, like, guys, we tried that like 4 weeks ago.
Well, we
Yeah.
drank copious amounts of alcohol before that episode.
I was
Yeah.
just
We
saying, I
didn't
think we'd
remember.
already started on buckets that
Oh,
night.
yeah,
We did have
buckets
buckets
that
that day.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we didn't remember that we had this Origins here that Breeden brought in one day. And he's listening to the podcast, he's texting us. He's like, guys, we've had that a lot.
See, now you guys know how I feel.
Yeah.
Because
Well, yeah,
we'll
you-
taste anything, and I'm like, man, I don't know if I had this.
I love
Like, yeah,
this.
you had this like 15 times. Oh, thank you.
Yeah, we drank that yesterday.
I have to ask I always have to ask these guys, have I tried this one? And it's usually yes. And I'm like, oh, okay.
You know what brand I've actually fell in love with a lot lately is Old Elk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Old
actually,
Elk.
Old Elk's pretty solid.
Dude, I had a sherry cask from them.
Yeah.
It was actually at Tony's. I was sitting there. I saw a bottle. I was like, yeah, I thought it was just a regular Old Elk single barrel or something like that. I was like, can I get some of that Old Elk? And then they're like, yeah, sure. So they poured it for me. I tasted it. I'm like, this is incredible. What is this Old Elk? And the guy pulls it out. He's like, oh, it's the sherry cask or whatever. I'm like, dude, this thing's money. Or it's that, or it was like some sort of wine cask.
Well, we have the
But that
Infinity
stuff-
barrel up there too, which is really nice.
Yeah.
I feel like people have gone away from the Old Elk a little bit, but it's
I don't
a
know.
sleeper. It's a sleeper pour. It's
There's
good.
a couple of those out there that they've been around long enough that you tried when they first came out and you're like, wow, it's really good, but then you
They had a
just
lot of
forget
picks.
about
They
it.
had a lot of picks going on for a couple
Yeah.
years ago. Like it was like every liquor store I went to, they all had like picks from Old Elk or whatever.
Yeah.
But I think the brand's doing really well. I really enjoy their stuff.
Well, they're one of those brands too that have a range of products for everyone. Like I think
Yeah.
their cheapest bottle is like $49 now, but I mean they go up to $199 on some
Yeah.
of their
Yeah.
higher.
Well, it's kind of
price.
like
Who
Wilderness
distills
Trail.
their stuff?
Oh, that I don't know.
Do they have their
look
own
it up. I
distillery or do they? Get
I don't know
it
if they're
done
doing
by-
their own
don't think
distillate or
they
not.
have their own
I don't think they've
distillery.
been around long enough to really have their own.
No.
Ooh, I like the
Let's find out.
mouthfeel on this.
This one's fighting the cigar a little bit,
Is it?
so I'm kind of anxious to see what you guys
It's got
think.
a slightly oily mouthfeel to it.
Yeah. Yeah, it definitely is more rich on the bourbon side of it, but the with the cigar,
I'll take
it's
your word for it on
combating
the
a little
flavor.
bit. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
This definitely has a different nose.
It's a mixture. Their flagship is MGP,
Okay.
but they're
Shocking.
yeah, right. They have their own distillate. Fort Collins.
As long as it's not a Dickel, I'm good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's not.
I don't mind.
Shout out Sweetens Cove.
Yeah, I don't mind a lot of the Dickel stuff, but it's just so prominent that I don't know. Like,
Yeah, it's just not my jam. Or
I never
whatever.
got
And then
into
when
it.
I tried Peyton Manning Sweetens Cove or whatever, that was like the running joke with Jake back when he was at Burn and stuff
Yeah.
like that. the bar manager Bo would be going on about like Sweetens Cove or whatever, and Jake would yell from anywhere. He'd be like, "It's just a dickel."
Well, you had a Sweetens Cove up on
The 22 was delicious.
That was good.
Yeah, that's the only one they ever
But
had.
the first
that was good.
release was.
And actually, Tennessee wasn't bad.
Tennessee was pretty good. Especially at
Tennessee's
50
where they
bucks,
should have started.
That is.
But Peyton
yeah.
Manning was only a part of the first thing, right?
He was.
He had nothing to do with any of the other releases or whatever.
I don't
He's
think
still
so.
part of the brand, but I don't know if he was involved with it as much.
He was just a face.
It was just
I haven't really seen
Him and
Peyton
Roddick.
ever,
He was just
outside
a
of the
Be-
release of that first one or
Right,
whatever. I've never
yeah.
seen any connection ever since.
Well,
That's
I've
why
never
I
seen
got-
him be any kind of like bourbon anything. I don't know if he's.
Well, Papa John's doesn't sell bourbon, so
There you. That's true.
Guy's a
That's true.
dick.
Yes.
Breeden
Yes.
said Old Elk was bought out by Columbus, Ohio,
Middle West.
Middle West.
There you go.
Really
Okay.
interesting. Shout out Columbus.
Yeah.
speaking of changes in the market, Jackie Zycam.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah. Tell us about that, Heine.
I think Mike had it, didn't he?
Well, he's looking at.
Hold on,
he's
break-
lost now.
break-
He's
hold
looking
on.
at Old
Mike's
Elk.
busy.
We're getting
Yeah.
sidetracked because I'm not a sports fan. Breaking news: the U.S. District Attorney's Office is investigating Detroit Pistons guard Malik Beasley on allegations of gambling
Jeez.
related to NBA games and prop bets.
Uh-oh.
Hey, reach out to the Pete Rose family to figure out how to get out of that.
That's from Shams.
you have
Ask
to, you have to
Joe.
It takes a
die.
while.
You have
Yeah.
to die.
Just tell him you don't have an it was your interpreter who did it.
Exactly.
Just take the Otani route.
Right. Who was that did that?
Shohei Ohtani.
Yeah, Ohtani.
Oh, that's
I didn't know anything
that
about
lion, I guarantee. That really.
Anyways, Jackie Zycan pivots away from Hidden Barn Bourbon, Neely Family Distillery, to continue to carry the torch. So, first line here, master taster Jackie Zycan, who created Hidden Barn, in partnership with Royce Neely and Neely Family Distillery. Stepping aside, let's scoot forward here. I don't need to know all that because we already do. Let's see. What's the juicy here? Their quote was, "We have been thrilled to work with Jackie over the years, looking forward to continuing to work with her in a different capacity as she supplies some of our herbs for our Neely's Wormwood Absinthe
Shout out to
and
Herb.
other things." So I'm a little confused by this whole article and like what her role is going to be, moving from master taster to
Herb provider.
I'm with you, too.
herbal botanist, because she's, obviously she has the Odu Oak line, which I guess she's been leaning into a lot.
She's been,
And
yeah.
I think she's putting more of her stuff into that now, I guess.
Yeah, some
So-
of that, yeah. But
but-
she is kind of that hippie style where it makes sense going into this world of creating some weird, unique things with herbs. I mean, that's what Alan does so well. So we were joking. I can't remember if it was you or somebody said we should have a taste off of the absinthe from Jackie and Alan
And
Bishop.
Alan,
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so her
We should get a bottle and take it down
and do a
to,
side by
to
side
Alan's
absinthe.
and do it there.
Do it side by side.
Yeah,
there you
just
go.
because look, Alan
I'm ready to see
obviously
some
is a
fairies.
total pro at the
Oh, yeah.
absinthe,
That's something we
and
have
he would
to
give
do.
his honest opinion. I mean,
We
he's
would.
not going to have like
No.
an issue or anything.
We need to get that scheduled so we can get
We
that
do.
fall schedule done.
Yeah, we're looking like the first or second week of September, something like that.
something. We got to figure that out because I'm
knows?
filling up on my schedule.
I'm kind of
here.
feeling like the weekend after Labor Day. I'm busy. Shoot, I got
Will said she's just too busy growing her absinthe herbs.
Yeah.
She had to step aside.
gotcha.
So her quote was, "I'm honored to lean into my background in biology and chemistry to shed light on the importance of intentional and sustainable botanical sourcing."
Well, hopefully she's still doing a lot of the freelance, tasting exercises.
She will.
And
Yeah.
She will.
If
She's
you,
so
if you
good at
have a
that.
chance to do an event with Jackie Zycan, I mean, she just will give you a different perspective on
On
how
copy
to on paper.
we may have her come
yeah.
again.
Shout out to Isaiah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was an amazing event.
It was.
Just her teaching you how to think about tasting things differently.
And if you notice, whenever we drink these, we don't literally just go to the script of, oh, this has, oak finish with, this taste and this taste and this fruit and this fruit. We try not to do that because everybody can look that up and read it. So a lot of times,
It's a power suggestion.
We'll bring up oatmeal, or we'll bring up,
Idiot.
strawberry, or
Yeah.
the cinnamon roll icing.
Eat a dick,
It's
Mike.
you try to relate it more to something that is personal, or almost to a memory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
As
was her
That's
opposed
quote.
to
Jackie's
just
thing is, what
the
does this make
default
you?
flavor notes of
What's it make you remember?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're gonna drink this 2 years from now and be like, this reminds me when I had COVID. You know, it's,
I feel nothing.
Hey,
feel
when I
nothing
get to say,
once again.
when I get to say, I don't know that I've had this before, you can be like, well, technically you did,
Yeah.
but
you didn't.
You did.
Well, it's funny because I always remember what Jack Pettigrew said after somebody said they were getting like leathery notes or something. He was like, "I've never licked leather. How do you know what leather tastes like?" I was like, "That seems like a stupid flavor note."
But
Like,
every kid that played baseball knows
Exactly.
exactly what it is.
That was the first thing I
Yeah.
thought.
Leather,
was,
what are you talking
I know
about?
exactly
Yeah.
what leather tastes
I've chewed
like.
on my baseball glove strings before.
Every kid
Yeah.
did. Every
game.
kid
Yeah.
did. Yes.
It's exactly
Yes.
what it tastes like.
If you
Oil.
don't know what it tastes like, then what was your childhood like?
Yeah.
I got
Yeah.
questions.
I ate paste.
I used to eat paint chips as a kid.
It tastes like
I'm
it's
afraid
best.
this wasn't COVID that got you. The
They
paint
get
chips over
locked
the
right
years.
here.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Derailed. So best of luck
Yeah.
to Jackie. I'm
Yes.
sure she
Yeah,
she'll
crush
be
it.
around
She'll
in
be
some.
fine.
If she's doing her
Magnitude.
botanist stuff, she should go over to the monks, whoever makes the chartreuse stuff, and she needs to learn how to make chartreuse and help them keep up with production because I can't find green chartreuse anywhere to save my life.
Oh,
I
really?
heard that that's
Okay.
getting to be pretty difficult to find.
Dude, if a bar or something like that gets one bottle every 2 months if they're lucky.
Wow.
Maybe I need
Yeah.
to grow that.
I saw somebody online, they were trying to recreate, they were doing a dinner. And I thought, wow, this seems weird, but they were doing a dinner recreation from the Titanic.
Yeah.
And one of the cocktails was this chartreuse, and they were trying to find chartreuse.
Yeah.
This is like on the Indie Local Foodies Facebook group.
So there's a cocktail I absolutely love. It's called The Last Word. And it's got like gin, chartreuse,
That's probably the Titanic
and
cocktail.
probably
The last word.
Yeah, it's very well could be.
Ouch.
This tastes like door and freezing water.
There's enough room for Leo.
Do
There was
you
enough
have to
room
yell
for Leo.
Jack like as you take a sip? Jack!
But I love that cocktail, and I'm getting mad that I can't have it because there's not. No one's got
is tough to
chartreuse.
find, yeah.
And someone told me that there's like something else you could use or whatever. I'm like, dude, I don't want anything else. I want
think
it
I
with
still have a little
chartreuse.
chartreuse here, so we're gonna have to play around with that.
Probably not, because you can't get any more.
I have some though.
Right, but what are you going to do?
We're
Market
gonna-
research?
We're gonna drink it.
No, okay. That
Okay,
seems
so
reasonable.
let me get in the calendar events so I don't forget that too.
Yes.
So if you got last week's email, the next event we have, the date is incorrect. It says July 9th. It's July 11th. It's McAuliffe. We got Jeremy and Lauren coming out for that. That'll be a great event. Lauren's just a bundle of energy, and Jeremy's just a really great guy. So it'll be a really great
Great
time to
people.
come and hang out with those guys. July 17th, Blazer 88 Bike Night. So if you have a motorcycle, ride it out here that day because there's going to be a ton of bikes out here. So it's going to be a fun time to actually hang out with a bunch of motorcycle riders. July 26th, we have music in the Cigar Garden again. We got jazz by Mace Chopin. Again, we've talked about him a lot. He was the guy at the Fuel game that just crushed it. And we've had him out here once, and first event he'd ever done other than at the Fuel. So he's going to come back out here again. August 16th, we got music again. The Naptown Hepcats are coming. So that's a show. You got to come out. Those guys are just full of energy. Music's great. If rockabilly, think of the Dire Straits and some of those bands back in the day. Some of those type of bands. That's what they're going to be here doing. And they have their new album coming out. So they have a lot of their own stuff, but then they also do some of the old covers as well. So it'll be a lot of fun.
I will not be at Harris Hoosier Park on Tuesday, July 15th. I'm getting a camera shoved up my ass.
Why?
Good for you.
That's
Oh, I
Colonoscopy.
got you. I got you.
Colonoscopy, right?
Yeah.
Just want to see what it looks like.
I thought you were just doing it for fun. Sorry.
well, it's, yeah.
Is
Doesn't
that
sound
just
like
a normal
good time.
Tuesday night?
It's
at
Tuesday.
the Shong House? Nice.
Janelle can text and
They were
and
booked up
comment on
earlier or later on in the day, so I had
do
to
it.
sneak it in there when I could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
This segment is sponsored by butt plugs.
wow.
Everybody in Syria is now going to pull up butt plugs on your Facebook
Yeah.
account.
There you go.
Exactly.
Shut off your listeners.
Yes.
We're always
Everyone's
looking
Facebook.
for new sponsorships.
Yeah.
Maybe not that one.
Except for Verizon.
Yeah, no, Verizon. Next
Verizon.
time.
Yeah, no Verizon sponsorships.
I mean, unless it's like $1 billion or something. Like,
I mean, we would talk them up really
I,
well
I
with
would,
that.
I
Do
would
it for
sell
that.
my soul for $1 billion.
I mean,
yeah,
we'd
sure.
take $1 billion sponsorship from Verizon, but then as soon as we go to stream, it wouldn't go anywhere.
yeah,
anyway,
exactly.
So
No one would
nobody
know.
would know. So,
I'm not sure if that's good, bad. I'm
it's
not
on them.
really sure.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm down to try.
it's pretty much just paying us $1 billion to shut up. Because
Hey, I'm down.
I'm cool with that.
I'm down.
I'll
We
do
could literally
whatever
sit here
way
and do
Let's give him
nothing.
$1 billion to go away.
I mean, that's where our OnlyFans page starts. We're just going to sit here and smoke
Yeah.
cigars and unbutton our shirt as we go. It'd be great.
That's
Only
perfect.
blends.
The first sub is like, please stop. Here's $100.
I think that's
No
called
more.
a cease and
No
desist. That's
more.
a different thing.
Don't do it. Please stop.
Yeah, cease and desist don't usually come with a dollar figure though.
True.
But we'll take it.
It's called coercion.
See, my 28-year-old mind just straight went to like SpongeBob, you know, like when the guy takes off his like hat or whatever, he's bald, and he's like, my eyes.
And they're underwater. That's amazing.
Yeah, it's insane.
How does he keep a hat on? It's crazy.
Why do they drink?
Oh, that's a good point.
So do we have any other industry news? Anything been going on?
Man,
lately?
I don't know. What else happened this week?
Well, let's go ahead and get him on the record now. When's the Warhead 11 coming to our shop?
Oh, never.
So the Warheads, you know, you guys you got your Warhead
We got the
Independence
Independence
Day.
Day,
You got
which-
the Knuckle Sandwich Plural.
Love
What do you
those.
guys think about Knuckle Sandwich Plural?
Oh,
You guys
dude.
smoked it yet?
Love it.
Yeah, we
We
had
had
those
it
last
on
week.
last episode.
Love
Oh,
it.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Yes.
Enjoyed it?
Kill it.
Very much.
It fits the line well because it's more
Oh,
of a
look at
medium body
this.
smoke. It's not as strong. but
All
it's
right,
really
here
good.
we
Okay,
go.
Let's get him in here.
Will, you with us? Oh, hang on. Did I lose the?
What a dope.
Oh, he just hang on, Will, because I think maybe
Can't
I
taste,
lost
can't
connection
Bluetooth.
with the Bluetooth. So
No
hang,
scent.
hang tight, real quick.
This guy's a
Oh, it
bum.
says I'm connected.
You're
I
wrong.
don't know what's going on here. Oh, here we go. Will, you with us?
It's the first time he's ever used a phone.
No, I got him on. There he is. Hey, Will, what's going on?
I am.
I heard the sigh of disgust right there. He's like,
We're
He's like,
not
Scott, what do you do
actually-
for a living again?
We're
IT?
not fighting technical issues, but we had a couple technical issues. How you doing, buddy? Where are you at nowadays? Okay, Will, we heard you for a second, and now we've lost you.
Uh-oh. Hey, Will, you
Your
there?
thing keeps switching off Bluetooth.
Yeah, why does it do that? Let's try again. Will, are you there? Okay. Well, we'll see if this
well, Johnny
continues to work
Five's
or
here.
not. Yeah.
Johnny 5.
Will, where are you at?
I am at Cigars down here in Burlington, North Carolina.
Oh, nice. What's the name of the place?
JR Cigars. It's like
JR
a giant,
Cigars.
like, online cigar store.
Oh, cool.
And they have a big lounge at their main, like, location. So
Heck yeah.
pretty cool. Smoking a new Placencia, which
Oh,
just
there
came
you go.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of Espinosa stuff in here. They still have 2 boxes of knuckle sandwich chef specials from last year.
oh, nice.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Ooh.
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. How do you have those still? That's crazy.
I know.
Road trip. No.
Hey,
So
why don't
well-
you go ahead and grab one of those
Yeah, why
for
don't you
me?
grab one of those?
I'd like to do a comparison.
Yeah?
Yeah, buy one for
You want
me.
me to? Well, I definitely bought. I definitely bought one of the boxes. So if you want me to grab the other one, I will.
I'll just take a single. I just want to do a comparison between last year's and this year's.
I'm in for one.
There you go. Buy 2.
And
Is this-
Scott Johnson's yelling, "Give me one! Give me one!"
Right.
Well, Scott Johnson isn't in attendance, so
Okay,
he's
that was not my
He
fault.
must have Verizon.
He must have Verizon.
Yeah.
Oh, here he's back again. Hang on.
He's in the hills of Carolinas too.
Yeah.
So
And we're back on. With
All right, we got you.
Will. Are you there, Will?
Yeah, I am. I don't know. The call just dropped.
oh, that's a better coverage. Anyway,
It
right
sounds
there.
better. Yeah. So get
Okay,
2.
cool.
Get one for me and one for Bother.
Oh, sure. Okay, cool.
One for Heine, too. Grab
Well, I was
3.
going to say, you might as well just buy that other box because I'm pretty
We'll
sure
split up the
people
box.
Just
here
buy the
will
box and
buy
we'll
it.
get the
figure it
box.
out. Yeah.
I'm just gonna buy the other box.
That's perfect.
Then we'll hold it over Dr. J's head.
Yep.
Yeah. By the way, what's up? What's up with Dr. J not knowing that we have a podcast today?
Yeah, come on,
like
Jay.
Yeah,
every
so I get
Sunday.
a text. We get a text on our text group. It's
7
like
o'clock this
7
morning.
o'clock, and Doc is like,
What are you doing?
What's the lounge plans for today?" And I'm like, "I'll be there from 1 to 4," thinking, "Of course I'll be there from 1 to 4.
Duh.
I'm always there from 1 to 4 on Sundays." And Doc doesn't say anything. And then, I think Heine jumps in with like, "It's
like you don't even know us."
And
Well, that's
no,
the
we
thing.
lost Will again. Will's this. I don't know if it's. I don't think it's me. I got
Look,
bars.
I got Verizon. I stand with you, Verizon. I've been a customer for a long time.
I've been a
Please give me
Verizon
free
customer
month.
for a long time. I don't know if it's.
Give me a
This is
free
him
month.
voting
I'm
for that
not
$1 billion.
loyal. I hate you, Verizon. You suck.
I'll try initializing it this time. We'll see if we get Will.
Bring.
Hey, you there?
Yeah, brother. I don't
Hey.
know if it's you or me.
It may be me.
It's not-
if I drop
it's not you.
again, just don't worry about it.
Carry
I'll
on.
chat. I'll chat on the YouTube. So.
Right on.
It's
Right
not you,
on.
it's me.
But we love the sound of your voice across Verizon's awesome network.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Did you drive down, Will, or did you fly down there?
I drove down. Yeah,
Nice.
so I'm down here working for a couple days, and then I'm going to drive to Tennessee and meet up with Becky over at her sister's house for the rest of the week and just kind of have a little vacation. So, yeah.
Very nice. Well, good
That
for you,
sounds
man.
So I
nice.
should be back late next Sunday. Yeah.
Nice.
But,
You had a busy week this last week. How everything go okay?
yeah, yes and no. Yeah,
You don't have to talk
didn't
about
go
it.
It didn't go as well as I hoped it would, but it didn't go as bad as it could have. How about that?
Fair enough. It's the government.
Yeah.
You never know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
with them. So,
Yes. It was intense, guys. I've got to be honest. I've been through probably a dozen inspections by the Nuclear Regulatory Commission over the last 20 years, and this one was 5 days, 10 hours a day, all the way through the end of the week.
Had
It
nothing
was-
to do with Iran.
No, I wish it did. That would have been easier. Yeah.
I was about to say, are we
don't
getting
have to
some
submit these
inside
forms, we
news
just
right here? United States arming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like,
Will works with nuclear
Yeah.
medicine stuff. So, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
medicine.
but the-
medicinal.
Yes.
but yeah, right. Yeah, but I got to give a shout out to my staff there at the hospital. Everybody that I work with there, my whole team, everybody was super supportive, and we functioned as a team like we should, and we did the best we could, and we'll see what happens. It's
Yeah.
like I feel like when the federal government wants to find something in a program as large as ours is, if you look long enough, you're going to find something anywhere. I don't care.
100%.
Well, see, you
Who
just
you
need to
are.
be government backed, and then they won't find anything.
Right.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I always say that about hackers. People are always, do the right thing, try to protect yourself, two-way authentication and all that. But if somebody wants to get you, they can get you.
Yeah.
You just don't rank
Sure.
high enough.
Well, and
on it.
everybody puts so much of their own information out there
Right.
that you're just giving it to them.
Yeah, by the way, you can find me at Scotty D Smokes on Instagram.
My birth date is.
Yeah.
My social security number is the
So,
following.
so what was your first pet, Scott? What was your mother's maiden
Yeah.
name?
Right.
I just want
Right.
to get to know you.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
play those stupid games on Facebook.
I love those posts where people, it's somebody posts like, the majority of people's passwords is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then people post, well, my password is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, nice work there. Good
Yeah,
job.
yeah.
moron.
Idiots.
Yeah, yeah. So stupid.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. So I did find a nice little bourbon whiskey lounge last night in Greensboro called the Dram and Draught. It's downtown Greensboro. Great bourbon and Scotch selection. And I had a Penelope private label that was solid.
I want to hear
And
you pronounce this Irish whiskey.
Say it.
is it Brudlovic?
Broodlotic.
Bruichladdich.
Brooklotic.
Bruichladdich.
Bruichladdich. The Octomore, 13.1.
Oh, I love it. We
I
had
think I've
13.
had that.
We had 13.1 here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's right.
Oh, you've got 13.1 at the shop?
Not anymore. We sold it all, but we did have it.
Oh, man, it was good.
It's very good.
Did
I
you have
don't
a
know how
couple?
you guys drink that.
Did you have a couple last night, Will? I felt like maybe you were starting to get ready to start
Yes,
firing
we're-
off some messages.
Yeah.
Cursive.
You were
Yeah.
texting in cursive.
I had two. I only had 2 pours. That was pretty much it. I knew I had to get up super early this morning, so I'm probably going to go back there because you can have cigars out on their. You can have them outside there. So as long as the weather's nice, it's pretty cool. So I'll head back there tonight. Probably another pour or two, then call it a night. So
Pretty warm down there, I take it.
oh, it's ridiculous, man.
Yeah.
Hot.
We're starting to cool off a little bit here. We're going to be in the mid to upper 80s for the next few days. So
Thank God.
Yeah.
yeah.
Oh,
Not
yeah,
nearly
it's like
as bad.
95 here.
Ugh.
I mean, it stormed yesterday. It dropped to like 75, and it was really nice last night. But now, forget it.
We kind of got that at the track last night too. When that rain went through, it cooled off. But then when we left, it was humid as hell again. So
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I missed that last night. It looks like everybody had a great time.
It was a lot of fun. Yeah.
It was awesome. Yeah, I mean, we learned a lot. I mean, it was a good time to learn about how to read the program, and
It really was.
yeah, we got a lot of extra details. So we'll fill you in
Yeah.
when you get back.
Definitely, definitely. Well, hey guys, I'll let you guys carry on. Have a great rest of the podcast and a great afternoon, and I'll jump on YouTube and chime in here and there. How
All right,
about
buddy.
that?
All right.
Enjoy
Take
your
care.
trip, Will.
Enjoy your trip, buddy.
Be safe.
Take care. Thanks.
ya.
Bye.
Yeah, this place has a wicked bar. Looking up some of their pictures, man, their bars.
I think I've been there when I used to cover that territory.
Oh, I see a
I
bunch
think
of
I've been there
Garrison.
before.
Nice.
That was when I was only into Scotch, so I probably just had the Scotch there.
Scotch.
Is there another cigar that I can
I
not
like
taste?
You know what? Actually, is there any more in the box?
Not in that box.
Hey, Alan.
We did switch to a
Could you
601
grab another
green.
601 green, little guy, for
Please.
Scott? Yeah. Sorry about that. Thank you.
Yes, yes.
Sorry, I meant to. I thought I
Wow.
grabbed 5,
You're
but I
taking that
grabbed
profile
4.
picture way too far, man.
Man, Alan,
That bow was perfect.
that was
That was fun. That was funny.
that's
Fix your
Alan.
picture.
Yep.
So
Yep.
I will say this: the Blood Oath 11 with the green is actually a better pairing
It
than
did
with
change.
the Montefina.
Yeah.
The Montefina, I felt like it was fighting a little bit against it, but with this one, it actually pairs nicely. And so we actually finished now with one of our favorite finishing out cigars we have on this podcast. The 601 green.
One of my personal favorites.
Yeah.
I mean, if you want to talk about my top 3 favorite cigars we make as a company, 601 Green
great.
Corona, the 5x42 is definitely probably my easy third favorite cigar we make.
Yeah, so this is a
we finished
Habano
it
Oscuro
a
wrapper,
while
and
off.
it's delicious.
I can smoke this all day long.
You're not getting rid of this Corona, are you?
No.
Good.
We like it too much.
I'm glad.
Now, I know that Alan is only Asian by descent and
Thanks,
not
buddy.
actually Asian born because he handed me the cigar with one hand. If you've been to like Japan or anywhere in
They
Southeast
offer
Asia,
it.
it's everything is 2 hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when you get your credit card back, they always hand it to you with 2 hands. I
Okay.
don't know what it is. It's something about
They don't wanna drop it.
the culture. But yeah, they like
That's security
They
right
serve
there.
you
It
a
makes
drink
sense.
or I mean just water. So
Yeah,
they
we
just
just
know
got-
everything
Way
is
to
2
not honor
hands.
your heritage.
He
there,
brought
Alan.
great dishonor to his family.
Yeah. Here we go, Alan.
He's on
his phone, he's not paying attention.
Alan's in another world right now.
Yeah.
Oh, he's over there playing Sudoku.
Alan's over there texting Sophie right now.
Yeah, thanks for coming in.
Yeah.
Naturally great at math, what's
Hey,
that
by the
saying?
way, Alan,
I
tell
thought he was
Sophie
doing
we said
mahjong
hi.
there for
Yeah.
a minute.
I am very good at calculations. Shout out to the Asian guy in Dark Knight.
Oh, my favorite's The Big Short. This,
when he's
this
got-
is my quant.
This is
my
my-
quantitative. And the guy turns to the camera. He's
Look
like,
at his eyes.
Yeah, I was actually born in like the Bronx. He just uses me as the Asian math guy for all his presentations. It's some funny shit.
Oh my god, that's a great movie.
It is a
That's a
great
very
movie.
overlooked movie by I think a lot of people. I think a lot of people can't follow it.
It's tough. I watch
It's
it
a
probably
tough
2 or 3
follow.
times a year, and I
But,
learn
like-
something new every time.
Yeah, it's
What's the movie?
The Big Short.
Oh, yes.
It's about the
Yep.
housing crisis.
yeah, Steve
Yeah.
Carell, Ryan Gosling.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Steve Carell.
Yeah.
The guy from Succession before he became famous or whatever.
Yeah. What's his name from Batman?
Christian Bale's
Yeah,
in
Christian
it.
Bale.
I mean, you name it, they're in it.
See, I'm not a big fan of Carell.
Really? I
Except
like
for
Steve Carell.
But Steve
Space
Carell, this is
Force.
like-
Space Force was hilarious.
This is like a serious role for Carell. He wasn't really funny in it.
Oh, okay, good.
He was funny in a dark,
Yeah.
really dark kind of way.
Like he's just like a
He's a really
hedge fund
jaded,
guy.
really jaded hedge fund guy.
yeah.
Yeah.
So
He
it's-
doesn't trust anybody.
The whole time he's just like, wait, explain this to me again. Yeah, like,
Right,
it's like every
yes,
5 minutes of him.
Yeah. Yeah. If
He's
you
like,
want to
"You're
learn
telling
about
me."
the mass stupidity that can exist in any industry,
In any economy.
any economy, it does not matter. You can be in any kind of work and you realize like everybody collectively does something dumb and you wonder how in the hell did we not catch this?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then you watch that movie and you realize like there was mass stupidity.
Oh, yeah.
There was just mass stupidity.
Yeah.
There's still
Yeah.
mass stupidity.
There is.
Yes.
Yeah, multi-trillion-dollar economic
Welcome to our
failure.
government.
I'm from the government and I'm here to help.
He's trying to find out he's trying to talk to that stripper and she's like dancing. He goes, stop
Right,
dancing.
stop
I'll pay you. I'll still pay you. Like, stop dancing. Just talk to me.
It's like, wait, you're telling me that like my houses are gonna get taken from me? He's like, how many do you have? 6, and my condo. It's like, shit, you're a stripper.
Pass me that Penelope. I'm going back to the Penelope. I want to see how this one fares.
I always like the subtle. I don't think it goes to like mint, but there is some sort of subtle, slightly almost kind of rye medicinal note that's in this cigar that I, of course, can't taste right
Rye
now.
medicinal.
Yeah, I just think like when I think of like a medicinal rye, there's a hint
I
there.
think you just made that word up.
No, rye medicinal, like
You
right.
said it like one word.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
no,
you said
no.
it like
What-
really
not
quick where it was like one
No,
word.
like if you had a medicinal rye where it's got that kind of
Oh, okay. So you're talking about like medicinal
ethanol,
tasting rye.
medicine.
ethanol,
yeah,
thing going,
yeah. And I always feel like there's just like this subtle kind of back end note to this that is there that's awesome.
I think it tastes like great tobacco.
It does taste like great
It does.
tobacco. And I gotta say, when I cut this, man, I mean,
The retro hill.
the
is
humidor is
perfect
obviously
on
on
this
point
thing.
right now.
Yeah.
I'm middle of summer, so
It doesn't
makes
need a lot of
sense.
help. I mean, it's
No.
humid. It's like 90% humidity outside.
It's not working hard. You're not seeing it.
Yeah.
It's spitting juice right now.
It's probably dehumidifying at this point.
Yeah, right.
It might be. Yeah. What else we got going on, guys?
Everything and nothing.
So you guys were talking about the Puro earlier before Will started.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
what'd you guys end up thinking about that cigar?
What did we drink with that? We drank some Larrikin with it, but we started with the Cream of Kentucky.
That's what we started with. Yes.
The
Yeah.
Cream of
So-
Kentucky was awesome.
Yeah,
with
that's
it.
That
good
was
stuff,
really
man.
great with that cigar.
Yeah.
Oily
What I
a
love
little
is that
bit.
it's a regular release.
Yeah.
I did not buy a box specifically because it's a regular release.
Yeah.
I just know I can come in here and get it anytime. And I will say that, if you're in the middle of the afternoon, say you come into the lounge, you're going to do some work or something, that's like a spot-on cigar.
Yeah.
Right? Because then
I
you
think
get
it's
done
got
with
a good.
everything.
I think it's got a good mix of like both the Habano and the Maduro. Like everything I like
Yeah.
about those two blends. Like it's got like the body of the Maduro, but it's got the spice of the Habano at the same time. And I think it's just very well rounded. I think it's going to be super. And I like how we changed the packaging enough to where there's nothing confusing about the Puro.
Right.
Like when you look at it, that's the knuckle sandwich Puro. When you look at the Habano and the Maduro, I get people that are like, "Oh, which one's which?" And I'm like, all right, I guess I got to explain this. With the Puro, I don't have to explain it because it's got the secondary band. I got to tell someone it's not a Maduro, but, outside of that.
So some people might not know the knuckle sandwich, the entire line,
Yeah.
was born out of this work that you did with Guy Fieri.
Yeah, so Guy got connected with us through one of our people that used to work with us back in the day out in California, and he started talking to him, and he's like, I got the perfect guy for you. Then the guy connects Guy with Eric Espinosa, and after that, they start talking and stuff like that, become really good friends. Guy smokes a lot of our stuff. He said Laranja was like the first cigar that he smoked where he thought he was like a Maduro guy and like everything darker is the better and everything like that. And
changed
that was like
his
the
mind.
first like lighter cigar where he really was like, okay, this thing's like really good. And this is like my wheelhouse. So that started that way. And then Guy ended up coming to Eric saying, hey, I want you to like make a cigar for me. I want to have my own cigar company or whatever. And Eric told him no to start. And Guy was like, what do you mean no? I can't imagine Guy Fieri's someone who gets told no a lot to, you know what I mean? He's kind
Right.
of up there, right? And Eric's like, dude, celebrity cigars don't work in this business. They just really don't, The celebrity thinks they're going to, take the picture with the cigar once and expect it to sell because their name's on it and stuff. They have to put in the work or the effort for it. And the consumers are smart enough to see through the BS with it, right? And next thing you know, guy leans over and he goes, so I did my research on you, but evidently you didn't do your research on me. And Eric's like, all right, let me hear you out or whatever. And then they went over the whole thing, and Eric gave him his rules by it and stuff, and Guy did his rules with it. And they had a handshake agreement. There's still no contract to this day about between lawyers and stuff like that with Guy and Eric for the brand. I mean, it's a handshake deal, old school as it gets.
I was
and
gonna say,
that's awesome.
I mean,
It's
that's
different in this
Eric
market.
and that's Guy. When Eric and Guy were with each other, you could really tell. I'm like, this is like the white version of Eric Espinosa, kind of deal. Like they're very kind of similar and stuff.
bros.
So,
They're
yeah,
bros.
of course.
Yeah.
And so that's why it works and stuff too. So the dynamic between the two of them, works out perfect. And luckily the cigars. I don't know if we really understood the reach that guy had. That guy's reach is insane. How many people know Guy, love the guy and stuff. They follow him around, do all this stuff. He's done a lot for our industry. He's great for it. I mean, he puts a spotlight on it in a good way. And luckily, it seemed to kick off the trend of celebrity cigars back in the industry, right? Oddly enough, when we started it, But everybody can do whatever they want. We don't care. But
Well, that's the
Rob's
thing.
got,
is
his, Rob's got his signed Espinosa sign back there. for
Yep,
you guys.
yep, my
yeah,
guy
he's
signed,
an
yeah.
official knuckle
Yeah.
sandwich retailer.
Yeah, yeah, and that's the thing. I feel like Guy Fieri is probably still at this point the only celebrity brand that actually succeeded.
And you know what's cool? Like, Guy just wanted to be in the cigar business, and he wanted to be a
Yeah.
part of the industry and stuff.
Right.
And now at trade shows, it's really cool because he can walk around to other people's booths when he's at the show, and it's not like the mass herd it was before. They're just like, oh, that's Guy. It's cool just because now he's kind of looked at as like a peer in our industry now and stuff like that, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's cool.
So,
yeah.
So Breeden just jumped in saying that we have to tell him about the FU Joe Boo story.
Yeah. So I don't know if you heard about this or not, but so when Guy came into town, he went to Blend and did the event
Yeah.
there. I think it was I think Will had a few drinks in him when he did this, but he actually posted out on there. It's like, why aren't you coming out to Final Third? Fuck you, Joe Boo. And it became a joke, so now we have a Joe Boo doll up there by the knuckle sandwich sign.
That's hilarious.
So
yeah. So two questions around this.
Yeah.
First, do you think that the knuckle sandwich line itself has almost separated from the recognition with Guy and is almost holding its own just as a line within Espinosa? And to that point, how much does Guy play into what goes on with each new release that you have of Knuckle Sandwich?
So I'll answer the second part of that question. Guy's affiliated with everything new that we do. Whether it's working on a new line, we send him the samples for it. He has to okay it. His people has to okay a new name and stuff like that, packaging, blends, stuff like that. So he's everything we do at Knuckle Sandwich, he has a say in it, and that's the beautiful part about it. He cares, and he really represents it really well, and he really thinks about it. He doesn't just want to put BS out there, and not criticize anyone else that does it by any means.
Yeah,
but,
go ahead.
It's but
Chris
inclusive.
Stapleton bourbon.
he
All the tequila brands that have come out in the last 5 years.
How does a guy who doesn't drink actually release a bourbon?
yeah.
That's a good question, actually.
Yes.
I forgot that Chris Stapleton does that.
But I've met a number of people that love Knuckle Sandwich.
Yeah.
They know nothing about Guy Fieri being involved with it.
And that's the beautiful thing, and I think that's what Guy really wants. I don't think he doesn't want it to be the Guy Fieri cigar. He could have went to General Cigar Altadas or whatever and got the Guy Fieri cigar made, but he came to someone like us because he actually wanted to build a brand. And I don't think he wants it to be the Guy Fieri cigar or that cigar. I think he just wants to be like, hey, that happens to be owned by Guy Fieri. I don't lead it on with this is the Guy Fieri cigar.
I mean, he's
when
got
I'm
a
doing events or
palate,
whatever.
obviously.
Yeah,
I mean, the
and
guy's
he's got
on Food
good taste.
Network,
He
right?
came-
I mean,
he's got good taste. He came to us to make the cigar. But I think it fits in with the Espinosa portfolio really well. And I think luckily, the loyal Espinosa guys who have been smoking our stuff for years have latched onto it and do great things and promote it. But he's doing his part to promote it too and stuff. So I think it's like the perfect balance
Yeah.
of being an Espinosa, but also being a cigar that's connected with Guy Fieri.
He did
Not
it the
everybody
right way.
knows.
Yes, that's kinda how I- that's
why
why I
it
asked.
works. That's
Yeah.
why it works because we did it the right way. He wanted to do it the right way. And he does his tequila, Santo tequila. It's not the Guy Fieri tequila or the Sammy Hagar tequila. There might be a cutout in a liquor store, but that's just the liquor business as a whole, right?
Yeah.
But it's Santo tequila, and it's like if you just look at the name, you have no idea that has anything to do with. Like if you think just look at Knuckle Sandwich, unless you're like an absolute Diners, Drives, and Dives nerd or Guy Fieri nerd, you probably don't have any idea that that's like a tattoo that he has or that his his LLC's called Knuckle Sandwich and stuff like that, when it comes to his Food Network
I think it's
stuff.
really, really impressive that he's been able to be a part of it and to create something that stands apart from his name.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's not about his.
I think
his,
it's a testament to how good the cigar is.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's,
Yeah.
and his part
And now,
in helping to produce it.
it's 3 years old now, the brand as a whole, and we got 4 regular production releases, a yearly limited edition that we do every year, and we have some cool little spin-off things that we've done with it. And we got more in the pipeline for it, and we're riding the wave with it. It's incredibly popular right now. I mean, it's the Habano and the Maduro and the Toro size are probably two of my top 5 best-selling SKUs in our portfolio, in my territory. I can't speak for anybody else, but that seems to be. And the Maduro Gordo's been popping off. I know you guys just brought that in recently.
Yeah, we sell the crap
And
out of them.
I love that. I'm not a 6x60 guy, but when you box press it, that makes it a little bit more
It doesn't feel like it.
approachable. It doesn't,
Palatable,
yeah.
It's more approachable for a guy who doesn't like 660s, but it smokes with so much flavor and it burns forever.
Yep.
I mean, that cigar, even the round Habano 660, there was a couple months where I was getting samples of that because we had it in bundles or whatever in bulk. And I honestly, I'm not a 660 guy, but I didn't mind, cutting one of those up and lighting it and, smoking it because it just pops with flavor.
Yeah.
When I introduce it to somebody, I'm always like, okay, this is the only like celebrity associated product that I would 100% recommend to anybody.
Yeah.
Anytime. Like it doesn't
Thank you for that.
matter.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, it's good.
I will say the only other one that does well, but it's very limited, is the Blackened. The Blackened,
Yeah, the
shade to black. We saw a
yeah.
lot of the shade to black. The regular Blackened as well.
That's the James Hetfield from Metallica. Yeah.
But again, it's like a very, very limited line where a guy is consistently creating new blends. You guys are creating new blends with him and creating the new chef specials every year. And expand the line this year with the Puro, and you have all these different brands. This was actually became a brand, not a subset cigar from Drew Estate.
Do you think more people recognize Blackened as a Blackened whiskey or Metallica connection?
Metallica.
I think Metallica
Really?
as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
Interesting.
100%.
You think?
Yeah.
Well, when you think about it, Metallica's a lot more well known than Blackened whiskey.
Right,
I'd say
right.
Blackened
Yeah.
isn't known whatsoever, but
No one ever asked for Blackened whiskey, but they do.
Do you
will
carry
smoke the
Blackened at
cigar.
all?
No,
No.
not the whiskey. Just the
Just the
two
cigar.
cigars. Yeah.
Shout out Dr. J. Had to give him some shit. He
What-
said knuckle sandwich cigars are the best. I said, hey doc, lounge plans today? We love you, Dr. J.
We love you, Doc, but yeah. Sundays are podcast days, buddy.
Metallica all
Just a
day.
reminder.
Look, so Whiskey Gypsy would be my other exception to like a celebrity-backed brand because
I'd agree
Eric
with you.
Church's
Yeah.
brand, Whiskey Gypsy, is just phenomenal. And like everything that they're doing there
Heaven's
is
Door
insane.
seems really popular.
Yeah.
With Bob Dylan and stuff like that. I think that's popping a lot.
I feel like they're
I
a
love-
little hit and miss, some of those, but they're good.
Tequila wise, like honestly, a tequila that I really like to drink is Mark Wahlberg's Flecha Azul.
Yeah.
It's actually a fantastic
I
tequila.
don't think I've even had that.
The,
I haven't
the
either.
Reposado is, and there's nothing on there that insinuates, Mark Wahlberg, which is one reason why I like it. But I love Mark Wahlberg though. The guy's
he's awesome.
fucking
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, this guy's great. Yeah.
Yeah, but like Flecha Azul is actually like a really good tequila, and I don't think many people really know that Mark Wahlberg owns that or whatever. But I think that's like another celebrity kind of thing that I really enjoy. There's another one that I really liked. What was it?
Lalo. That's not.
That's not celebrity, is it?
No.
No.
Breeden said Metallica all day.
Metallica.
Yeah.
Who doesn't like Metallica?
Dr. Scott said, no, all the cool kids are doing some stupid podcast.
Thanks, Doc.
Yeah, but we're here and you're at home. So.
Yes.
That's right.
Yes.
You're missing out.
Yeah. Cool
yeah.
kids.
Yeah.
Didn't you know
say all
Tyler
the-
was here?
Yeah.
All the tequilas out there. I'm not a fan of.
I'm really picky when it comes to tequila. Like I don't like the stuff
Scott-
that's got like the stupid additives in it. And
The
stuff.
Sin
Okay,
Jordans.
guys.
No, I'm not a
Guys
huge
tequila,
fan.
Santo. I had a pour of that yesterday when I was doing the cigar train tour. There's a lady who brought a little bag of it or whatever.
I haven't tried that one yet.
It's fantastic. You have that, don't you?
What's that?
Santo.
Santo.
Yeah,
We're
Santo.
out of it now.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
out of it now.
yeah.
But like all of it,
Love
he
to
has
try
a
it.
mezquila
You
that's
love it?
fantastic. I love it.
That's not my.
So but it's an all additive free tequila.
Right, 100% blue agave. Yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
100%,
look,
and I
do I
love
think it's a
that.
quality product? Yes. Does it hit my palate? Not really.
Maybe it's just a because you only had the Reposado, right?
We did, yeah,
So
yeah.
like,
And I'm a Reposado guy.
And I will
so,
say the
yeah.
Santo Reposado makes the absolute best freaking margarita you'll ever
Oh,
have.
yeah.
It's
They do it
really
really good.
great.
So Breeden said we need a Beyonce rye.
Beyonce.
Sir Davis, shut up.
Sir Davis.
Hard pass.
No, Mr. Ascot, we do not.
Yeah.
Actually, we need to get a bottle of that, and we'll do our actual real review of
she's
that.
going to have to send us a bottle for free because I don't
We're
want to
not buying it, yeah.
Tyler, you need to try Desnuda.
Desnuda.
Desnuda is fantastic.
Yeah, Desnuda is great.
You know what I had up in Detroit that I started seeing at cigar bars up there is called Ocho. Ocho tequila.
I've heard of
Herbie?
that one.
That
Yeah.
stuff is fantastic.
It's ESPN's brand. It's owned by Disney.
Yeah.
I was gonna say, the Love
Sponsored
Bug?
by the Ocho.
Yeah, Ocho's fantastic. LeBron stuff, Lobos. He has got a couple that I actually like. Like he has like an Anejo. I think that's pretty decent. There's
The
some other stuff that.
Casamigos is the one I was thinking that I don't.
Oh,
care for.
Casamigos is horrific.
Yeah.
Problem
That is the worst.
with LeBron's brand is the bottle keeps falling over.
I mean, you just look
we're
at
gonna
it
stop.
wrong.
We're gonna
You look at it wrong, and there it goes. Yeah.
Slander right here, right now.
Wow.
All right.
We
Shots
just call that the
fired.
flop.
Like Casamigos. To
I
me,
tried to
like,
grab
I
it and
just
it just
don't,
fell
I don't
over
get
and
it.
then accused
Like,
me
it's
of,
got,
you know,
it's got
hitting
that
it.
vanilla fake extract taste to it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It's horrific. I mean, even Dwayne Johnson stuff has that taste to it.
Yeah.
I don't like his stuff.
I'm a
What
look.
the hell
I,
is it called?
I don't remember because I hate it.
Yeah.
look,
Probably
when
not
it-
even
when-
worth talking
I
about.
like. I like really.
Mana something.
Yeah, none of those
Terramana.
additives.
Terramana. The Anejo actually isn't half bad, but the rest of it's. I
Will says you
cannot
need to
drink.
try the Desnuda. It's a 2025 Añejo Ascot Award best.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, it's actually really good. We
It
have
is
all,
really
we have
Beat
all
out
three of them up
Ocho
here.
in the taste off. Nice.
Yeah. I like some of the classic. I mean, honestly, it's. I always say this when I'm mowing the yard, hot summer day, 90 plus degrees. I get done mowing, grab a Corona with a lime, and a simple bottle of Hornitos Reposado.
Really?
Yeah, no additives, 100% blue agave. It's
I don't know if I've ever had Hornitos.
it's a Salsa product.
Okay.
And Salsa has, I'm pretty sure Salsa has the additives. Hornitos doesn't.
You know, there's a big tequila guy, like a viewer and stuff like that here in Indianapolis. He's
Really?
got like a really big following. I see him at dinner once in a while. I'll have to get his information and connect him with you guys.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
That'd be cool.
Yeah. I
We'll
think
take
I
him to
follow him.
Hacienda.
Yeah.
Have him come out, Hacienda podcast with us. Yeah.
It's about time for
Yeah,
another one of those.
Yeah, our Mexican
We need to.
restaurant right down the road here.
Oh, there you go.
Antonio has.
If you want to go to a tequila bar, that's the
That's
tequila
it.
bar
Yeah.
in our
Oh.
area to go to.
He's prices everything on point.
He does.
Codigo is really good too, but that's expensive. It's
You can go back and forth between bourbon and tequila at his place because Antonio
That
is
sounds
a
like,
Mexican
like a
that
terrible next
he
morning.
His
loves.
bourbon selection is on point.
He gets
All of it, yeah.
yeah, because he sells boatloads of whatever Buffalo Trace's tequila is.
Yeah.
Their vodka.
No, they're tequila.
Tequila.
They have a tequila.
They do.
Yeah.
They have something they
They're
sell through
pretty.
Sazerac.
They're
Yeah.
just like Heaven Hill. They have everything. Yeah.
Yeah.
every
I didn't
market.
know. I didn't know Buffalo Trace did a tequila.
It's not what you would
It's not
call.
Buffalo Trace, it's under the Sazerac brand.
Yeah, Sazerac.
Oh, so
Yeah.
whatever that distributor
Right.
pushes.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Right.
Which
I
then
get what you
means
mean.
that he gets all kinds of
Yeah.
crazy Sazerac Buffalo Trace.
Retail.
products.
Yeah,
Tax
because
stuff.
when Buffalo Trace switched over to is it Johnson Brothers
Johnson
or whatever,
Brothers now, yeah.
they were trying to push everybody on that Fireball
Corazon.
garbage and stuff.
They've been doing
Yeah.
that
Oh,
forever.
Corazon.
And the
Corazon.
Wheatley.
Like you have to order all this Fireball to be able to get Buffalo Trace or whatever, and everybody starts switching
Why I
to
don't
Elijah
play the
Craig
game.
downtown.
Yeah.
Everybody was like, "All right, cool, we're gonna go to RNC
Heaven Hill,
or whatever."
yeah, Southern
Antonio's
Glacier.
like,
Southern, and they're just gonna start ordering the crap out of Elijah Craig and stuff.
Yep.
Antonio's like, oh yeah, I guess I'm out of Elmer T. Lee. I need to put another order in.
Yeah.
Like he just gets.
He gets it,
Elmer
yeah.
T. Like.
Have
what?
you seen the Elmer T. Lee that has like the 100-year anniversary bottle or whatever?
I haven't.
Super pricey.
If
I'm
you
sure it's
if you
super
have
pricey.
a bottle, if you have a bottle of that,
I do not. but
Yeah.
do not open it. You sell that thing for whatever you can get for it, and you'll
Don't
thank
drink
me
it.
later.
Yeah.
That was a buddy of mine. So a buddy of mine, Mike Baker, a great dude. He has his bourbon collection's insane. And so there was one night we were doing a bourbon tasting, and he brought that 100-year Elmer T. Lee bottle or whatever. And I don't really know what's special about it or whatever. I don't know what it has to do with the 100 years or whatever. But he opened that thing, and that may have been the most underwhelming, just no flavor at all. And then he's
wow.
like, dude, we all got done drinking. I'm like, Mike, let me ask you something. How much could you have sold that bottle for? And he goes, I had someone offer me $1,000 for that bottle. And I'm like, I'm like, buddy, you screwed up, bro. He's like, dude, he was. You could see like the level of disappointment in him. That bottle hung out in that spot forever because no one wanted to even touch it.
Scott would have loved it right now because you can't taste shit.
Yeah,
Right, you're right.
It would have
I'd
been perfect
drink
for
it,
you,
it'd be
bro.
fine, yeah.
Man, it
That'd
might be a
good,
time for you
yeah.
to go back to that granddad at home and drink it now. while you
Oh,
can
that's
taste
a good
it.
call. I should just drink a bunch of
Drink
old
up all
Granddad
that on
114.
114.
The Elmer T. Lee one, that was his 100th birthday. That was what
Okay.
the deal with that was.
Yeah, if you
Same.
find
No,
a bottle,
I don't have a bottle, but
Well, that's like the double Eagle Rare, whatever that is.
Double Eagle Very Rare.
The
Yeah.
Double Eagle
Yeah,
Very Rare.
It's like
yeah.
$4,500.
Yeah. I'm
Yeah,
like,
it's just
yeah.
ridiculous.
that Elmer
Yeah.
T. Lee is.
Yeah,
yeah. I
it's
just
10
it's
proof, but I mean,
terrible.
It's 10 proof.
look,
Do you
it's
have a bottle?
it's $2.99.
Don't even worry about it.
Yeah, it's $2.99 if you can find it. I mean,
Sorry to
I'm
the
sure
people at Buffalo
Justin's
Trace.
has it
I don't
for
mean
like
to trash your
$1,500, but
yeah.
yeah, I mean, secondary is only $1,200.
But I can't imagine that Eagle. I mean, Eagle Rare's great. I thought it was awesome at $26. At 31, it's fine, right? For regular 10-year Eagle Rare,
I want to try
Beyond
this
that,
12-year now.
right? And they got the
I wouldn't
12-year, and
mind,
I'm
yeah.
kind of curious about what
Haven't had
that
that
is.
yet.
But you're going to tell me that there's an Eagle Rare that's worth $4,500. I just have a hard time believing that.
No.
That's
really
someone
do.
that has way too much money they don't even know what to do with it.
Right.
Yeah, I know a
Like,
lot
that's
of
They
the
just
person
want
that
it to
buys
sit
it.
on the shelf. And
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, think
It's like
about
that
how
guy
much,
who does the announcing for the halftime thing for the Avs that has all those bottles in the
Oh
background.
yeah, that never touches the whiskey
Yeah,
bottle.
never
It's always a
changes
glass of
any-
wine.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
think about how much good bourbon you could buy for $4,500 instead
Oh
of
my
that
God.
one bottle.
You could buy pallets of like,
Easy.
Old Granddad.
yeah, old Granddad 100 bonded. I love.
That's a truckload.
You know how much JTS Brown I could buy with that much
Oh
money?
man.
Oh,
You
All
could
day
just buy
long.
the distillery for that.
You could probably buy the.
probably for the yeah.
You could buy a
You get
year's
s-
worth.
Yeah, you can get a steak in the distillery.
Yeah, I mean, good God.
Yeah. I just some of these
Well, that's Heaven Hill.
some of these
You probably
specialty
couldn't.
releases are just
They'd probably just take your
crazy.
money and be like, all right, go.
Yeah. Thank you for your
Yeah,
service.
I mean you get what
Right.
you got the Heaven Hill. You've had what? You got the 19 up there. Is that right? You still have that up there?
I still have some of the
The
19
19's up
left.
there.
Yes,
Yeah, it looks
actually, I
like-
have a bottle back on that still.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
so
dang.
and the Heaven Hill 19's awesome, but
And
it's
it's a
also
weeder. It's the weeder.
it's
this
weeder,
year.
but
Yep.
it's
Is
reasonable.
that the one to the right of
It's-
the
it's
Elijah
good.
Craig 18 up there?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
That's
yeah.
just really good.
It is.
I thought
It's-
that was a fantastic bottle.
Yeah, and I don't. We won't talk about what the pour costs here at the lounge, but it's
Yeah.
totally
Yeah.
reasonable.
Yeah.
It's very reasonable, and it's a great whiskey.
You know what's one that drives me crazy that I never hear anyone talk about is Parker's Heritage.
Oh,
It's
dude.
another great
Oh,
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
I got
think
one bottle left of that up there too, and it's
anything.
great.
I just saw it up there. I think anytime I've had any Parker's Heritage, I don't care what it is, it's always phenomenal.
Yes.
I've never had a miss with any of those.
Nope.
Yeah.
That's Heaven Hill too, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
that's
Yep.
what I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, Will said I wanted to hate it, but it's better than ER17.
Which one?
Which
Eagle
one?
The
Rare
Double
17.
Eagle Very Rare.
He had Will had the double eagle.
Yep.
Very.
He's had all of them.
Do we
so-
know who
I
Will
thought so.
is? Yeah, we know who
Yeah.
Will is.
Yes. Yes.
He's
Yeah.
he's a little pretentious.
I still don't think
I
it's.
think
I still don't.
Handy-
Okay,
Sorry, Will.
but Breeden, seriously, is it worth $4,500? Is it
No.
that much better than the Eagle Rare 17? Is $4,500 good?
Well, it's in a crystal bottle, so.
I honestly think like when it comes to the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection, like I think Handy is consistently the best thing they do out of that.
I don't mind
Totally,
the
totally
Will
agree.
said
I think the
Remus-
Thomas Handy stuff is just lights out good.
Love Thomas H. Handy.
Oh my god.
Will said the Remus Gatsby release later this year has the same old stock MGP like 18 year,
Oh,
but it's phenomenal.
Okay.
we'll have to
So
get
it's
some of that
another
too.
we gotta try. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
yeah.
remember that.
Got a lot to try this
I'm
year.
skipping over all of Scott Johnson's comments about Fireball.
What do you guys think about? What do you guys think about Old Forester 1924?
Overrated.
Overrated.
The
Yeah.
1920's better.
Honestly,
I'm going to buy,
honestly,
I buy 1920. 1920 is
Yeah.
always on
I
my
would
shelf.
say if
always.
1924 came out at the price of 1910, it would have been
That's
it
different.
would have been a banger. But it's twice the price of 120 or 1920, and 1920 is better.
I think based on the price point, they struck out on that one. But
think they
I
did
thought
too.
it was good.
It was good, but it wasn't
But
as
it
good.
didn't-
like
it
the
didn't-
same.
For
It's
as
the same
long
mash.
as I have been talking about Old Forester 1920, and as many people as I've turned on to that bottle, I honestly should be getting commission checks.
Dude, Old
Seriously,
Forester
the very
1920 is fantastic.
like I don't know. The first time I saw it was like 3 weeks after it got third in the World Spirits competition in San
Yeah.
Francisco. I bought a bottle and I was like, "This is one of the best bourbons I've ever tasted in my life up to that point."
Yeah.
It was unbelievable, and I still hold that it is the best $65 whiskey out there.
Well, not only that, though, almost every bar that has any kind of whiskey selection has a bottle of that. So
Yeah.
if you go in there and like nothing looks good, just get the Old Forester 1920. Everybody can get it. It's not allocated in any way.
Hell, Music Box has it.
Yeah, I mean, it should be something you can get everywhere that has any kind of whiskey.
Was that 114 proof?
115.
115.
Yep, 115.
Yeah.
That's good stuff.
It's got great like bitter orange peel, slight hints of tobacco,
Yeah.
good caramel backing, lots of good stuff.
Yeah, the
Okay,
caramel really pops tonight.
I know that we are on the clock.
Yeah, I
today.
got a bowl
Rob
here in a
has
second,
to
yes.
We got to kick
bowl.
Rob out of here.
Yeah,
So
you
we're
guys
going to
can do
go
your-
ahead and end the show. Thanks so much for joining us
Yeah,
today.
thanks, guys.
You can find me at Scotty D Smokes.
You can find me at both the Visual Spencer Lee's, and don't forget to follow the Final Third podcast.
Find me at Motophoto Will on Instagram.
I'm everywhere. Final Third Cigar, and where are they going to find you?
Tyler Jones, Facebook, Tyler.e.jones25 on Instagram. Follow me and fucking say hi.
You can
Yes.
find me at AOL.com//Tyler the man. At
Well, thanks a lot, guys.
I'm a
Thanks
Gmail
all.
guy. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
See you next week.
Thank you, guys.
Cheers,
everyone.
guys.
Cheers.